Let's start recording. Let's hope it won't crash. So, hello, people.
What's happening? Come sit closer. No one can see you, bro.
Oh yes, indeed. Sorry, there are a couple of cables.
Watch out, there's loads of cables.
The reason why
you're still not in the picture, are you, mate? Are you?
I'm not in the picture. That's something. That was something.
Wait, get closer. Go on, introduce yourself. Tell them you're. This is like a dating video for David today. So he's going to introduce himself to all the ladies in the house.
Oh yeah. Olga would be very, very upset, I guess.
That's true. Yeah. Sorry, Olga. Shit joke. My bad.
Anywho.
Say hi to Olga. Actually, hi Olga.
Hi Olga. Anywho, the reason why we had this delay, sorry about that, is because this Mango over here brought in his beast computer. I can actually show you. Maybe.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Pretty.
So as you can see that yellow box over there. Oops. Oopsie daisy. This.
We're equipped, bro. We don't fuck about.
Yes. And we have to install all the broadcasting thing on that computer, so that took a little bit longer than usual. Anywho, this workshop today will be supposedly about character skinning and Mangosh.
Or penis skinning, because it's way more fun. But
or penis skinning.
No, but yeah, go on.
So first of all, Mangosh will demo of some features, what you can do with FBX. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to, well, basic FBX import kind of thing. Actually, we'll jump straight in. And first of all, I'm gonna show you because I thought I might as well. And some people don't know how to import FBX in V4, so I'm gonna show you this quickly. Then after that, we're going to look at how to do skinning from Cinema 4D to V4, or rather how I managed to do it. And after that, Dave will take over, and I don't know, some Kinect magic shit is going to happen. I don't know.
Well, more theory will happen than magic.
Yeah, it's the theory, but you know, it's always your theory is always magical.
Okay, stop that. Anywho.
So what we got here, can I move this to the other screen, yeah?
Yes, you can, yes indeed.
Cool, is it recording? Yeah, it's all going.
Yeah, it's
people are watching, they can't believe their luck, they should be fucking grateful. Anyway.
Oh, someone said DVA FTV or DVA FTV.
Yeah mate, you know this shit. DVA FTW for the win, motherfucker. Divided visual autist in the house, motherfucker. Yeah. Massive love to all our DVA crew everywhere, and yeah, a little word of peace and love to our friends in Paris. You know what I mean? Loads of our mates are in Paris. I'm actually French myself, and yeah, mate, fuck the fascists, fuck the terrorists, man, fuck them. You know what I mean? Peace and love.
Yeah.
By doing what we do today, that we keep it free, keep the freedom alive, bro. Let's do our shit. Fuck them. And massive love to all our mates in Paris. Be strong. Be strong. Fuck it. Fuck them.
We should open the wine as well for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and indeed, sorry to respect as well. We're going to be drinking French wine, obviously. Little message of love and peace to our French brothers and sisters. And yeah, let's get this fucking show on the road. Cheers to everyone in Paris, bro. Peace.
Do I have a glass?
You don't, mate. I'm drinking this alone. You ain't got a glass, you got a mug, because you're a mug.
That's amazing.
There you go, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers to that. Wicked.
Cheers to the free bird.
Yeah, man. So, Twat Scene is the name of this scene, and basically this is a bit of an FBX demo I've sent around to a few people about like, how do you import FBX to V4, and yeah, so this is a simple scene, I suppose, but actually there's about 130 models because you got all these cubes just there. And let me open the actual file in hello Let me open the actual file in.
I wonder if we will use that model.
Maybe if we got time, we'll see. We'll see where this takes us. Who knows? Models. Oh shit! I haven't got the. It doesn't really. I shouldn't do it. I thought I had the source file. Oops. But actually, I've only got the FBX. Doesn't matter. Essentially, I've made a scene and I'm exporting it as FBX and then importing it in V4 through this patch. So just to explain the patch a little bit, this is the scene file which imports the FBX. You put your FBX file here. Then you connect it to a mesh node and material node. Then there's a tiny bit of trickery to get everything back. But essentially what really matters here is these node. Yeah, funny one. Yeah,
oh, yeah, it's very hard to speak about them actually.
So yeah, this is the node, the async node.
But you know, not that async node which is the file scene, but the actual node.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, this is the node, and to keep things confusing, and basically what it means, it grabs a node in your 3D model hierarchy. And in Cinema 4D, it translates to having these null models, and this is how you can select and target models already, well, individually or in groups, through using this node. So the way it works is you connect the node to the scene file, and then in the root node input pin here, you would type the name of your null object group in Cinema 4D. This is a basic example, obviously, and generally, in my experience anyway, when you do scenes which you use in V4, you end up with some models that you don't control in V4, that you just want to be rendered in V4, like landscapes or stationary objects. But there's some stuff, obviously, that you want to control in V4, otherwise what the fuck would you use V4? Anyway, and so you need to split those models in your hierarchy in Cinema 4D in two null objects. One, and okay, for me it made sense to call one moving and not moving. Essentially what I'm trying to say here, everything that's in your stationary in your scene and static should be in not moving, and then everything you want to control in V4, put it in a moving null object. A null object is essentially just a group, for those of you who are not.
Someone is asking, where is C#?
Where is
C#? Mangosh, where is C#?
I'm sharp enough, bro, I'm sharp enough. Oh, Jakub Wojciechowski, oh, that's my C# developer, mate. What's happening, bro? Yeah. This man is your C# man. He's a great C# dev.
Well, it's still a lot to improve.
Today we're going to talk about, but big up yourself, Jakob. This man helped me to do the Evil Tweet engine, so big up massively. Anyway,
we want to talk too much
not much C# today, but still plenty of shit jokes and you know, loads of fun and 3D shit. And hey, you're a clever guy. You might even understand some of this shit. What's happening? So, as I was saying, you split your models into groups, moving and not moving. That's generally what I do. And then in V4, essentially what we have this thing is that otherwise, if you load, how many models have we got here? 259 models. So, if you were to import this scene, and let's say you want to trigger just this model or just this model, but then also this model, and then after this model, you'd have to do all sorts of crazy shit with set slices, get slices, and all this crap, which actually you get by using the node. You get that, it already selects for you. So when you connect it to the scene file, you can then get the world transform. These are the transforms for the models inside the moving group. So there's 5 models, actually there's only 4, but there's a reason for that. As you can see in Cinema 4D, I've got 4 models in my moving null object, my moving group. In V4 I get 5 because it actually includes also the null object itself, that moving null object, which is why we use a select node to sift out basically that first null object. Also, if you were to have more hierarchy of null objects, I suppose you would sift them out again.
And also the materials, if you have vertex groups inside your model which addresses different materials, that will be expressed as different geometry as well. So you have to pay attention to the bin size of the mesh and the node.
That's right, and also the usual thing, if you were to apply a texture only to one face, which I talk about in my previous tutorial on Collada, but this applies to FBX as well. If I was to apply another texture just there, that would come up as its own single model. So these fuckers are best avoided. These selection types. He always has a fucking solution, obviously. I'm an idiot. I don't have a solution. No, but yeah, you can. What he's trying to say, and I'm trying to say, is you got to watch out these sort of things. And indeed, there are solutions to flatten per se and still keep the material data and all this stuff. But for example, if you don't know how to do this, and you still want to apply two textures to one model, which actually is often the case, what I recommend you do then is to use something like, for Cinema 4D, something like body paint, and then, you know, actually paint the proper map the UVs, go in body paint, UV edit, flatten the UVs, whatever, get it back in Photoshop if you have to, copy and paste that texture in Photoshop, do it more like that, because then in the end you got the same effect, but effectively you don't have to worry about having to do any crazy shit, you know, for the texture doubling the number of models and all this fucking shit. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to this. So what I was saying is, to sift out the null object, to sift out any other crap that you may have, you use this, because what the node gives you is all the transform of the models under that group, but also it gives you a mesh ID bin size, which if we look at in our example will give us 0, because actually, although the first thing is, I'm probably not pedantically correct here, but the first one's not exactly a model, it's a null object, so there's no mesh essentially, so that's why you get 0, because that's not a mesh. It might be a 3D object per se, but it's not a mesh. So
or the clutter what usually 3D modelers leave around, like
exactly,
everything in
exactly
transforms that can get very messy.
And even shit like that, for example, when in my not moving I've got this crazy shit, which actually I should really, if everything's stationary, why even use null objects? It should be like that, and we'll grab that, we'll do that, and then that's it. Don't fuck around with any more hierarchy, because actually it's all stationary, you don't need it, and you don't make them grow, whatever, leave it like that, it's even easier.
It would actually make sense if you could access the hierarchy in vvvv, but unfortunately async not only allows us to address objects by its name, but not its parental thing. Books might correct me on this, but for now I don't see any other way to address objects in here. So it's like you have only the names to differentiate between your objects.
Cool. I agree with what he said. In fact, I told him to say that. We had a script and stuff before. Anything he knows, I know more, better. You know what I mean?
This is not a competition. This is
not no, I'm joking, man. I'm joking. So we select it out, and this way we get four transforms. So in this example, I indeed want to be moving something inside moving. If I don't use this set slice, let's just not use this set slice for a minute, just to do a broad example of, if I take this gives me the transform of all those 4 models, which by the way are all the cones. So they are different sizes. It's confusing as fuck. I'm not very good at this, obviously. But yeah, so all the cones that you see, they're all in a moving group. So if I now take the transform and just pass it through, it's just going to put it at the same place as in the actual C4D file. So now everything's exactly like in C4D, as you can see. But obviously if I've got them in a moving, that means I do want to move them. So you would then use, instead of passing the select straight to the transform, pass it through a transform node, and that will move all 4 of them, you know. So as you can see, moving all of them. Obviously you probably want to move, often you want to target. That's why, like I was saying, going back to targeting, that's why you got select node, and that's why the node is great. It is really helpful because you're already doing some of the selection process of your model hierarchy by using that node. But now we can do even more, because obviously we've got 4 models, but you know, let's say you want to move this one vertically according to some FFT. This one is action by the keyboard, whatever. This is done like that, so you just pass through. It's a bit of a continuation from that tutorial I did as well about C4D when I was using Collada, so and at the time I wasn't using the async nodes, and so now it's changed a bit, and that's a bit of an update on it really. But again, if you wanted to target just one, then you can use the set slice transform node. Is it? Yeah, set slice transform node, and then grab the transform that you want and apply this transform. Whoops. Sorry. And this basically means that I'm only now changing one model, which is that little one, as you can see. Sorry, let me just. So as you can see, now I'm changing that very one model. If I want to change another model, I can change the index here, which means that, see, if I now choose the big one, obviously they're the wrong size and all this shit, so you get different scale. This is a very bad example, I do apologize. But essentially what I'm trying to say here is that this is how you control only one model, and this way you can, yeah, access them individually, essentially. So that explains a little bit about this is the simple setup really, or this, I suppose, like that is the simple setup to import a scene using FBX. And another mention now goes to the materials, and all that's done. I'm just going to kind of delete those, we don't really want them. How you get the textures onto the right models, because there's 256 models, there's only 3 textures actually, but they're split differently on different models obviously. So what you do is you connect the scene file to the material node that gives you all the materials in the scene, and then the node, does it give you, how the fuck is it done? I can't remember now.
I know
the mesh ID.
But the mesh gives you the material ID.
Yeah, that's right. So we. What the fuck? Hang on. File texture. Yeah, sorry. You get the mesh ID from the material index. Okay, so this is the material index.
This is actually very tricky.
Yeah, so sorry, this is...
You have to deal with a little bit of bin size.
Yeah. So essentially, this is the material index of the whole scene. So this is, because our scene has 259 models, because there's 3 null objects, so just ignore them. There's 256 models, but there's 259 counted with the null objects. And this output pin of the mesh node is essentially a list. It's a spread obviously, but it's a list of the indices of the materials per model. So for example, model number 1, which is a null object, so let's ignore it. Model number 2 will be cone 3, this one. This cone 3, it says here that this cone 3 has a material index 0. It means it has the first material from this list of all the material. This is a list of all the materials, which comes as a path format for JPEGs or whatever you use as image formats, which
also,
you then feed to the file texture node.
Shout out for Crunk111.
Crunk111. Our Parisian mate Tom, man, what's happening, bro? You good?
He said, "Nice to see you back office again." Well, nice to see you again. At
Yeah,
workshop.
man. Wicked, bro. What's happening? Missing you, bro. See you soon, man. Hope you enjoy this. David said he's gonna get naked for you later on camera, but I think he shouldn't do it. I don't think he should do it.
Don't take Mangosh word for it.
So anyway, so what I'm trying to explain here is the material node gives you a list of all the materials, okay, on the scene, and this material index is a list of all the models, which index of that list of JPEG are their actual materials. So if I just show a little bit, indeed, so what it's telling me here is that the first 4 models all have the texture called wall01. We'll go and C4D and check that. Indeed, all the first cones all have the same texture, and it is indeed wall1, which has a JPEG called wall1 whatever. It's somewhere in there.
This can be very tricky. All of the 3D packaging, all of the 3D editor programs deal with this kind of data completely different ways.
Yeah.
And they, it is a little bit hard to track down or hard to find actual correct documentation on which texture will actually go into the FBX material.
Yeah. So I will show you exactly my settings I use for my FBX import just now. Let me just quickly finish on this and just show what's going on here. And indeed, very, very good point by David. This applies to C4D, but it might not exactly work the same way for other 3D packages, but you should be able to work it out. Which is why there's a note here. I'll go to this straight away. With these export settings I've got, I'd have to copy and paste my textures, which is weird, but I didn't have time to look into this basically. But my FBX file is here. Essentially my texture files are here, and I have to always take those texts. So obviously C4D users be used to that. All your textures are always in text. In text I have just JPEGs. What you should do is have a text, obviously, folder with all your textures baked as JPEGs. That's how it's going to work in V4. That text folder, even though actually this FBX, in relation to it, it works, and they're also embed textures. What the fuck? I still don't understand it, but I haven't had time to look into it, and actually, fuck it, it works if you just do this. But notice, and this is why I've got a note here, you have to copy all your textures, which usually you'd have in this text folder next to the models, which are in the models folder. You have to copy them where your V4 patch is. So in most cases, yeah, it's tedious. In most cases, because of folder structure, you wouldn't want to have your V4 files. I mean, imagine you got a huge project, you got 100 fucking V4 files, you got different folders, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, you're not going to have all your models in a root folder of your application. You're going to create a folder called models and then stick all your models in there. And because of that, you'll probably have your model source files, C4D files in the same folder, and then use that text folder, which basically is why I'm trying to make this point. You often end up with this, so you just copy and paste it in here, and then that would work straight off the bat. Otherwise, you'll have to do a bit of file path wrangling in V4.
Do you want to learn Mangosh? Or do you want to learn Evvvvil?
Do I want to learn? I'm here to learn, brother. I'm here to learn. I'm not just here to teach.
In mcropack, there's a module which takes care of all this texture.
There you have it.
It makes life a little bit easier, and it also you can also address the usage of the texture, which kind of texture you want, because for a single material, there can be multiple textures assigned with multiple roles to that texture, like as a transparency, the diffuse is like the color, and then the bump map, normal map, all sorts of jazz. So if
do you want to show?
Yes, I want to show.
He's jumping in. He's jumping in. I'm gonna have a drink and watch this, bro. This is gonna be good.
Well, it's just a single node. You have mcropack installed.
I should have.
It will turn out. Oh yes, you have.
I do love your shit, bro. I love your shit.
And you just go like this.
This is good. I'm gonna get so pissed by the end of this workshop. I hope so.
And here's your usage. You want to address that loading backgrounds because the file texture is embedded in there. It will also you can point out the subfolder where you want to go. Oh yeah, you have to define the scene file path, so it will be relative to your scene file, not your vvvv patch.
Wicked. See, that's what I was talking about. Wicked.
And you can also override extension and all sorts of operation you can do with the file names. And yeah, I didn't hide anything with the inspector in there. And what it will do for you is it will actually
sorry, am I right to think it re-wrangles that list, that JPEG list on the top left into the order that's expected or some shit like that?
Yeah, you will have to just get slice your materials. You don't have to
so it already does the material shit for you.
Yeah,
so all this stuff...
If the material does not contain a texture, it will just input a 1x1 white texture to that material. And or if the material does not have that type of texture, it will also input that 1x1 white texture for you, so it won't destroy your view. And also you don't have to care for the bin size in the material, so you just have to get slice the material here. I don't know, I don't want to ruin this patch, so
no, fuck it. Can you try and see if this applies kind of straight off the box. Essentially, sorry, don't destroy this, just disconnect this and you should connect that.
Yeah,
should work.
It's a material index, so I'm get slicing.
I told you this shit was going to be good, innit? You thought my shit was good? Boy, that's why we got this guy. Talk that shit up.
So we just get slicing that. Get sliced the textures themselves. This is the one which is...
Sorry, that's giving you the material index according to the node.
That's what we need. Yeah. That's what we need, because that's what we're rendering in it.
So you see, I'm a bit disappointed. I thought it was going to replace my whole get slice system, but
no,
he still needs a get slice. Not that good, is it? Not that good. I told you it was good, but actually not that good.
It's not that far.
I'm going home. Yeah. This is shit.
I built up too much expectation, I guess. Anywho, don't go just home, because there are people eager to see.
Yeah.
I guess there are people. Yeah, 18 people.
18 people, bloody hell, man.
Eager to see your other shenanigans going around.
It's true. So anyway, that works straight off the bat. Look at that. Wicked. That's it, yeah?
Oh yes, that's my interruption.
There's
three versions.
Great.
There's three versions of it. Actually, there's a version which selects the types for you, but this is the best.
So when we provide the final source file, we'll actually include this in, because it's a better way. Essentially, it's not just that it removes a certain number of nodes, which actually is probably got in there, but it's that it will wrangle your text files. It will get the shit where it's supposed to get the shit and pass the shit on.
Yup.
And that's the main thing. Otherwise, sorry, if for some weird reason either this doesn't work or you didn't want to use it because you're some kind of great big douchebag, but this is the kind of setup otherwise, and I'll just explain kind of more. It's more about understanding the logic than using this, because this obviously tops it, which is great. But essentially we get, remember I said, sorry, this is just to explain what's going on kind of anyway in the background.
Yeah.
As I was saying, there's a material index list. This is the list of all the material for all the model. First model, second model, third model, fourth model. As you can see, sorry, just to finish on what I was saying. Number one, so obviously wall 3 should be applied to model 5, which it is indeed. There you go, wall 3. So yeah, this is right. What we want is we don't need actually this still applies to you because it passed up here, so this is still quite important.
Oh yeah, the
what
node
we do
selection
here
is important, still important.
That's right.
Just makes life easier with material management.
Correct. This basically gives you a selection of, this says, okay, well, out of that whole great big list of 259 material indices, I only need the one which are the 5 for the moving node, the moving group. So this will get you only, mesh ID will take only the material indexes that are needed. We pass that to either Dave's magic mixer thing, or whether even just that shitty one. But remember, that one means you'd have to have the texture in the right place and all this crazy shit. So we'll apply this in the end. But yeah, so this is how you get your correct textures passed to the correct node, and you apply that again to this one. So we'll apply that again to this one, whatever. And that's how you get the nodes, the 2 different nodes, obviously different group of textures. Also, you can have different lighting, obviously, and different type of rendering for the group. So that might be useful as well if you want to do multi-pass glow shit and all that. You can select down through the node. Yeah, that's the FBX basic demo pretty much.
And it applies to not just FBX but Collada files also, and all other scenes, well, more advanced scene files which can be imported via the ASIMP reader. So
yeah, it works with Collada. I personally recommend FBX a bit over Collada because, first of all, it has point level animation, which doesn't work in Collada, which is vertex based animation.
Which does not work in ASIM, by the way.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't.
Oh, I thought it did.
Nope.
Oh, there you go.
ASIM doesn't do shape keys either, or the morph targets.
See how much shit I took? Listen to this guy, don't listen to anything I'm saying. Anyway, I generally have better result with FBX than Collada.
Sorry, someone's knocked the door. Did you hear that?
The postman.
No. I was just
hearing voices. He's hearing voices. That happens to geniuses often. He's hearing voices.
Sorry.
They're the ghost in the fucking building. If he wants to fuck with us, mate, I'll throw the rig at his face.
It was just the glass colliding with the table or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is
bro.
a feature in the ASIMP pipeline which is very, very neat actually, and it's not really well discovered until this year, I think. It wasn't there for a long time. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not, my friend. Go on. Well, I don't know. Go on. Yeah.
What's this workshop about?
Yeah, go on. Teach me, enlighten me.
It's just like character skinning, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So are we? Yeah. So are we done with FBX demo? Or do the character skinning now, right?
Oh well. Did you have anything else to say?
No. We're transitioning into something else now. Yes. So this is done. I'm just gonna save this just for the sake of it. And
there is someone. Sorry, I skipped some moments. A kind of V4 pipeline for automatic use several maps for one object with automatic export from Cinema. There is a way, however, there's no auto magical ways most of the time. As you can see, that I have a version of texture router which will create you like a zipped, these bin-sized or zipped texture packs based on their usage, and I suppose you can use those in your shaders, but you have to write your shaders for that. So there won't be an automagical way to decide from the shader that, this model has this model has a normal map and it probably does normal mapping. Actually, there's a little bit of semi-automatic way to do that in MSHA.
I was going to mention, sorry, I was about to say that's also why David built MSHA because unfortunately there is no simple way to do. Sorry, I don't know what his name.
Sasha.
Sasha's art. Yeah, there's no. Well, I was jumping in, but as far as I know, there is no simple way to do this, or automatically from, let's say, C4D straight into V4. Apart from possibly MSHade has a complete material system, but it's also kind of specific to MSHade itself.
It's very specific.
But if you use that, there is no golden formula for this, I think. I was going to say, for example, if you
can interpret the material values. So.
Yeah, but I was going to say, if you wanted to do like bump maps on this model, I would, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but personally, I would select that model as I've kind of showed you, select that exact text, select that exact model, render it differently with a bump map channel, with manually inputting, basically manually having another of these file texture, and that is my bump map texture, like this one.
Yeah,
and then I apply that to a bump map shader and do my lighting differently for that very model. I would have another node possibly we called bump pass, and then all the models that need to be bumped, they'll be there. And then you add that kind of bump. I mean, is there any other way to do this?
Well, to be honest, this is a very practical way to do it. I'm doing that all the time as well. So it's like, yeah, if you have a complex scene where there are multiple interactive parts which moves differently in a different rule, then yeah, you have to, if you want to keep track of things and you want to treat those objects very differently, you have to have those separate shaders with separate groups and then separate select. You have to develop your own sifting kind of patch to access your basic model throughout the whole project. I recommend using send nodes and receive nodes for that. But for rendering out stuff, for example, for rendering out characters, let's say, or render with multiple materials, or rendering out the sponsor scene in the mesh demos. Are rendered out with this kind of automatic texture select or whatnot. So the texture router, I call it. So that's.
But yes, just kind of to answer your question, I wouldn't really want to do it now. Like for you as a demo, it's going to take too long, and it would be so specific to this project. It probably wouldn't apply to what you're trying to do or whatever. But generally, the idea would be that from Cinema 4D you export your normal color texture, your diffuse texture, you put that on the model, and then you bake your bump channel as a texture, as a JPEG, whatever, and then in V4 you use a bump shader and do your lighting independently and all this stuff, which is not exactly super easy, but what I'm saying is, yeah, there's no other way. I mean, I would do it like this. Yeah, separate it. Get your model that you want to bump map. Put it in a node in Cinema 4D create a group called bump. Put your few models in there, and then target them models individually using those sort of logic, and reapply a bump pass with a bump shader, and manually put a spread of your 3 bump channel, bump texture, and apply it to the whole thing, and bish bash bush, you're done really. Not exactly super easy though, but that's the way with real time, I suppose. I mean,
that's the way with complex scenes.
Yeah. And generally, what I'm trying to say is most other toolkits there's no real super great solution for this.
In Vvvv.
Well, in Vvvv anyway, certainly not. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to character skinning actually, because that's a big one and that's why we're here. I just wanted to demo the FBX import and stuff, because I'm actually using that quite a bit as well in the next chapter to our Odyssey. Yeah, thanks. Dramatic as fuck. So, what we got here?
Whoa.
Oh, you fucked up my...
What did I fuck up?
Oh.
I didn't fuck up your Vvvv.
Did you install a different?
I didn't run setup exit though.
Oh, man.
Well, I know what I did. I know what we forgot to do actually.
That means he, yeah.
Oh,
I didn't do nothing, but I just turned up with my, my wine and.
Don't save anything. Where's the vvvv what you're supposed to use?
I think
this one.
Yeah.
This one. Okay, we will add a little bit of off topic here. There's args.txt and then yes, then we will allow multiplet. Sorry, I forgot to do that.
Yeah, his fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's absolutely my fault.
Yeah.
Sasha says, okay, thank you. It's you're welcome.
Cool, man.
Hello,
girl, man, girl. Is he a girl or a guy? Sasha could be both. It's tricky to know, isn't it?
Both. Yes, it's very weird. I don't know.
Anyway, peace to you. Guy or girl? Sasha. Cool name. Always like Sasha. It's a cool name.
What's your vvvv name? We will find that out if you're a girl or boy then.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Everyone's welcome.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got like some aliens and like a troll and maybe a dragon coming later. So everyone's welcome, even dragons.
So let's have that. This was it.
Yeah. Go on. Make me dream. Make me dream.
There you go.
Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. So yeah, there you have it. People were saying, oh, you can't do skinning from C4D to V4, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I say, fuck you, bro. There it is.
Actually, the technology was like the
pipeline
was just available.
It was always there. It's just finding, I suppose, the kind of right workflow, which is kind of why we're here.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't understand that.
This is a creature I did for a new project. I've got a massive project, the first virtual reality album in the world coming out on Ninja Tunes. Record is going to be huge. Anyway, this is a detail of it, and it's even audio responsive. Will they hear the sound?
That's a very good question, though. We should try that out.
Can you hear us?
Well, we will know that after 5 seconds.
Yeah. Right, so what's going on here is that we've got an animation running, which is made, animation is done in V4, by the way. The skinning and rigging, sorry, I forgot to say, this is a model I've done from scratch, 100%, made in Cinema 4D by me. And so I've also done obviously the rigging and the skinning, which is the problem that a lot of people have had, which is like, okay, so rigging and skinning works in V4, but only with like some models, right? And I wanted to find a fucking workflow where it works off the bat. There's a bit of a tiny bug. It's not really a skinning bug, it's actually a joint weight problem. I need to go back to the C4D and correct this thing. That's why it looks a bit weird here, because this is attached to another blah blah blah. But that's not a V4 problem. That's a C4D joint weight thing. Actually looks pretty cool as well. So I kind of leave it anyway.
Can we see the patch?
So, but yeah, as you can see, it's also audio responsive. Sorry, just to finish up on that, there's an animation running of the bones, which is made in V4. But on top of the animation, we're listening to some FFT via the vaudio engine.
Which we unfortunately can't hear because it is vaudio.
Ah, so they can't hear it?
Yeah, they can't hear it because.
But you can hear it in your
headphones. We can hear it here. I can't hear it.
That's pretty lame. Okay, sorry guys.
Because it is ASIO and you have to do a little bit of hackery around ASIO.
Okay, just to show once again, as you can see, this is very much vibrating with the audio, whatever. It's not exactly a sex toy, but you know, it's pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, as you can see, it like wiggles and I don't know how to fucking call it. Shakes. It's like a twerking kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? It twerks! It twerks, bro! It twerks along to the music. There you have it.
Well, it works in a very, very, very strange way.
Yeah, I know, but that's what's cool about it. Anyway, we're gonna look at how to do this and what's going on here, really. And also the point of this is, as you can see, there's these kind of weird abstract wings I did, and they are animated also in V4. Nothing's animated in C4D. And we are going to look at, I suppose, the patch, but also we need to look at the model because that's very important. But the patch has same thing at the beginning, scene file.
Actually, they can hear it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they can hear it.
Ah, sweet.
So that's sweet.
Okay, wicked, nice one.
Nice.
Shit, man, I should have put fart noises, bro. It would be so much more fun. Right, so we got the bird file being pulled in. We've got same kind of setup with the mesh. Okay, so there's the node's being used quite a bit here. Why? I don't know. I smoke a lot of weed. Things are hard to remember sometimes, but I'll get there eventually. Rest, wings, sphere. Okay, so spine is the first model. Hang on. This is the wings. This just grabs the mesh and animates them in a transformer. This is just V4 trickeries. Put them on a line. Well, put them on a spline essentially.
My favorite is flap.
And yeah, flap. Oh, there you go. This is the flap LFO.
I hope you remember why did you put that.
Flap to remind myself where the flap is, and it's there. And this. Okay, let's have a look at the model because I'm confused now. But let's load the model.
Badge?
I know. I've made this. Oh, hello, you again. We might use you in the future. Let's not forget this.
let's not accidentally close that.
Yeah, no. Please, let's not.
Actually, I must remind everybody. This is our first stream on Twitch TV.
Yeah. We've got plenty of excuses.
Of this channel, of this very account.
We have no idea.
Activity on Twitch
we have no idea what we're doing.
And we are already drinking,
it's happening.
Penises, and also it's just happening.
So that's kind of the setup in V4, in C4D, sorry. Oh, and now it starts to make sense. So I've got the wings in the wing pass, and I've got the rest, which is the body, top sphere, those spheres. The reason why there's a sphere on its own in a node is because after all this in my final project, I passed this object in its own render and glow pass. So I make this glow, but only this. So I already want to target it by using the async node out of just being more simple. However, for the sake of our example here, you could ignore this. I'm saying you wouldn't need to have that sphere thing. Is just for me in the future I actually get this out of this node and pass it in a glow pass, so that's why it's here. But really you should put it in rest like that and kill that. Anyway,
Mangosh,
yeah.
Are you actually using the Vvvv skeleton peepline?
I am using, I think
just
so.
Because it might be an interesting thing as well.
Yeah, I am using, this is where the skinning is done, and I use
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. This is nice. We're getting there.
Yeah,
I know you're excited.
We're getting
there. Take it easy. Not everyone's as clever as you, mate. We gotta show them what's happening. Even me, I can't even fucking remember what the fuck's going on here. No fucking idea.
I know the feeling.
Anyway, this is the model. It's starting to make sense. Ignore the sphere thing, whatever. I have every other model is in this resting. What's really important and kind of why we're here today, and let's not fucking confuse things. I know it is confusing, but actually I wanted to show you how you can get like all sorts of crazy shit done in V4, where you have your model animated using B-spline and LFO, but then at the same time you also got skinning. At the same time I've also actually, I don't know if you've noticed, but these models, the body and the spheres, they are actually just simply transformed, like scaled, to look like they're actually skinned as well, but they're not. It's just transformed on the scale.
You know what's annoying as well? I mean, not in Vvvvil, but it is actually pretty awesome in Vvvvil that you can animate these subsets of the object.
Yeah.
Because in game engines, you can't do that. You can't do that without the bone. You have to
rig
your character.
Yeah. Even if you want to transform a whole object, you have to create a bone for it.
Ball or something. You have to create a bone for it. It's insane. I don't know why. Books explained to me that it is how things get done nowadays. I guess it has a reason. I mean, it is an easy way to provide.
But why would you need skinning on a ball? That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous at some point.
Anyway, so yeah, there you go. There's all sorts of different types of animation in this patch, and that's what's also the interesting about it. But we are really here about that piece on the body, which is skinned and animated using the skeleton. So we're gonna look at it and only look at that in C4D because I'm gonna make a few important points here. So let's just look at our spine. I call it the spine. It is kind of a spine. And this is our spine. This is our bone structure and our spine. I'm going to run you through this and explain how you do this, really. First things first, very important to follow. Your model should be along an axis. Don't fucking try it. Don't complicate shit. Oh
yeah, it does. I don't know.
Is it working still?
It did a little while ago, and it doesn't indicate that it would go. I hope that this is only it reconnected, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope this is only the sign of our stream.
That's
If anybody is getting dropping, please respond.
If the signal's dropping, it's probably because he's farted or some shit. We need to know.
To be honest,
I'll be the first one to know. Oh man,
that was what you call it?
I don't know, mate. You call it.
Anyway,
so let's get cracking. Sorry, let's keep going.
What the hell?
It keeps dropping though. The signal on our. We've got what is it called? Monitoring.
You know what? Is that I'm actually downloading Fallout 4, and it might.
He's downloading porn at the same time. It's not going to work, mate.
Yeah, sorry.
Right, so I modeled this thing, and I actually wanted to try it out, as I said, because I wanted to find a fucking workflow which works between C4D and V4, and I also didn't want to follow the simple, not simple actually, certainly is not simple, but the usual human whatever it's called, human centipede. I'm talking about watching porn. Fucking hell.
So what do you want to say?
The human, what is it called?
Body.
Yeah. Anyway, the setup, which is basically two fucking legs and two arms. I wanted to get away from this, and I thought, okay, how about a bone structure that's really different, and also on, along the ground rather than standing, and that surely is going to help me understand what needs to be done for it to work in V4. So first things first, don't have your model like in a rotated angle. You know what I mean? Don't start skinning something. Where is it? Hang on. I just don't want to fuck it up, dude. You know what I'm saying? Don't like have your model at an angle like this.
Have it in a rested position. He won't.
Something stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just
that will mess
flat.
Up
make it flat. Much. And for example, I actually started designing this model in C4D. Fuck, I could almost show you, but my point is the actual model when I first did it was in this position when it's all closed like that. So I actually went back and flattened my structure. It was done using sweeteners, whatever.
To be honest,
to be flat so that it's easier for bone orientation when you then go into skinning and boning it.
To be honest, going a little bit further is always a little bit better because then the 3D software has easier. It has an easier way to compute your the orientation of the actual thing. So in flat situations like this form, this is a very special form.
Yeah.
This had no problems. But for example, people are getting to the wait a second. People are currently using the A pose on humanoid models because of that. Because T pose does not give enough information to find out the role of the arms, for example. So that might I just noticed that might help as well. But in this case, it's all right. Yeah. I just noticed that our picture is freezed for some interesting reason.
Yeah.
In a very awkward position as well. Yeah.
Biped, he meant. Yeah, biped. Ah, yeah, you mean that's what the word I was looking for. Yeah, that is indeed the word I was looking for. So thank you very much for it. And
just a second.
Yeah, go on, reconnect.
Restart our thingy because it looks like Kinect 2 is not the best thing either.
It looks like I've got my hand on your lap, innit? Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Actually, it got the other Vvvvil window now, so that is actually pretty cool. And ah man, this is very weird. It's now connected. Is it back? It's supposed it should be back.
It's back.
We will see. I mean, we'll hear that after like 5 seconds or something. Working now.
Okay.
I haven't done anything.
We haven't done anything. We just.
I just clicked on several windows and.
That's how we sort shit in our head. All right.
Okay, that was very.
Where Seb? Where did we left it? Was I talking? Obviously, I was talking shit, but was I talking about leaving it on the flat? Did you hear anything about the bone structure or anything?
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry for the delay as well.
Sorry for the delay.
Test it out. Still can't hear ourselves. I'm returning now to sort out problems.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Okay, so fine. Okay, so what I was saying is basically keep it flat or standing on the y-axis if you're doing a human or whatever. It doesn't matter. That's up to you. But keep it along an axis. First rule: keep a main bone. So as you can see from my structure. Yeah, I've actually got only two. How can I explain this? Sorry, 1 second. Okay, it's like whatever you do is bones and skinning. You're always gonna end up with a certain order of bones, hierarchy of bones, because basically this is my first bone, and if I move it, you see it moves all the other bones, as you can see. So that's working. They follow on. So if I move this one, it'll only move those bones. Okay, so that's cool. All right. See, one of the reasons why it looked a tiny bit weird, by the way, and that was getting pulled here, is actually because of the main bone here that is taking some of those pixel weight into it. So anyway, I'd have to fix that manually. Using, in this example, I'd have to go and use the where is it? Weight tool, which is weight tool here. There you go, and you paint your weight, and I'd have to do that and go back and do that. So you'd have to do that as well. Generally, you have to do it manually. It gives you a nice little overall thing, but it's not perfect usually. So you have to go manually paint your weight and stuff, but that's cool. There's tutorials about that shit as well all over the internet. Yeah, so you have a main bone, and then as we'll just follow quickly through. So I've got a left part, which I called right. I know, fucking confusing. Bear
it's
with me.
mirrored.
It's mirrored, yeah.
It's directing left.
Yeah.
Or how do you call it properly?
Yeah. I don't know, I have plenty of excuses to excuse myself for this kind of shit, but essentially I fucked up, I don't give a shit. Anyway, so this is our structure, so it goes down, 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 because you know, when you do these kind of things, you think about your rigging, and you think what's the important pieces that would have influences on other bones further down the line and blah blah blah. And actually after a few different setups, I settled on this one. But the point I'm trying to make, do not forget, you must have a main bone, which is the main bone, which is just there, and then do your hierarchy from it. Then you draw your bones, but essentially another really important thing is that you need to finish each section of hierarchy with a null object that you call whatever, it doesn't matter. And actually it doesn't, I think it doesn't really matter even where the fuck this thing is in 3D space. It's just some kind of clutch that V4 needs to have or hold on to finish. I suppose it's like a message saying this is the end of that hierarchy. Now next bone won't be connected to that hierarchy.
Oh, is that needed for Vvvvil?
I pretty much, again, don't quote me on that because I might have just been really stoned or whatever, but I seem to recall that if I delete these, it doesn't work anymore. In fact, if you guys ever try, let me know, that'd be good news.
Yeah,
but
actually I noticed that the skeleton system does require leaf bones.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Well, it's leaf bones. I always found them like very, very strange in the Vvvvil skeleton. It's not really about bones.
So you don't really see them in the bone list, but if you do animation on the animation channel, then you'll see them. And that's really weird. Anyway, point being, I put them. So if you look at my last bone, in this case is just here, then my final bone is just a tiny bit more to the center, kind of trying to connect those two hierarchies together. That's kind of what I was doing, okay? So that's kind of 2 rules about skinning for V4. You got to get the main bone and you got to get end bones, like leaf bones, whatever they're called. Now, another thing, this is very, very important. This is kind of the most important, and I'm not 100% sure about all of this, but it works in my scenario, and I'm pretty sure it would apply to any kind of skinning, which is basically when you do your bones, you use the join tool, by the way, which is in our case is here. Whoops. Don't use the character thingy, automated thing. Use the join tool. Let's just say I'm going to do it actually, just to kind of show how I would do it. So I'm just going to copy this into a new file, fuck it, and then I'll remove the skinning and all this, and that's just our model. And if I am remembering correctly, I'm gonna bone from the top view. Oh, hello! Hey, he's back again.
And that's gonna be our background picture.
That should be. It should be indeed. I'm gonna probably bone from the top, and what I'm gonna do is use the join tool, and I'm gonna simulate the same hierarchy. Sorry, what was it again? Main, front. Yeah, okay, cool. And so I'm gonna start from. Actually, I think I always put the main bone at the end because it confuses it. Might try it. Yeah, I just start like this. Control click it again. And then I'm gonna kind of keep going.
I wouldn't
spend
too much time on it
because
there are loads of tutorials.
Yeah, I know. But it's, trust me, I'm not gonna show you guys how to do rigging in C4D. This is not what it's about. But so you understand the workflow, and again, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I just need to draw a few bones to so that you're in the kind of same scenario. When you do it, you're going to do it like that, and you're going to be like, what the fuck, the orientation's all fucked and all this stuff. So which is what I'm trying to address now. Which, once you've done your bones, for example, let's just say this is done and this is it. What you got to be really careful about is that the orientation of the bones follow the orientation of the scene, and the axes are roughly followed. This is my finding, really, about this kind of why I'm here, I suppose, is that when you do it in C4D, you need that your bone, for example, the y-axis is that green thing. It needs to be roughly aligned with this so that it works fine. And if you look at this, actually you see now that the orientation's fucked because that's the z-axis and it's pointing towards the x-axis.
Orientation is pretty good there.
It's not bad, but so sorry, and this is why he's here as well. Are you saying that I can ignore the fact that they're pointing towards different axes?
Well, the thing
as long as they're all pointing towards the same goal together, is that what you're saying?
If you have like a point, if you have like a reference axis, like here the reference axis is our y-axis, which points upward. Probably they calculate their orientation with like a lookup or something, and they will always try the best to align the local y-axis with the global one. In this case, because this is a very simple case though. But in case of human modeling, for example, the z-axis, the y-axis is actually pointing towards the camera, even in Vvvv, because the whole thing is rotating. It's like a humanoid model is just standing. So it also depends on the the real life physical aspect of the imaginary physical aspect of your model. whether it's standing or lying like this bird. Or so it is actually there are so many articles about it on the internet, and there's also about the Kinect bone structure. There's a whole article about aligning your bones for Kinect skeleton on MSDN. So so yeah, there's a very lot of literature about it.
Yeah. Okay, so so you're saying that it's possible, because my point was being, let's look at the correct products. I know this works because, well, this is what you're looking at here, and it fucking works, right?
Yeah, it works.
So that's how I know how it's done, I suppose. It's from loads of trial and error, trying again. Essentially, I got it working really sweet. And I seem to notice this thing about, obviously, the importance, certainly, of bone orientation. He can write chapters about this shit, obviously, but...
No, I can't, by the way.
But, okay, so I'm not really sure whether it matters whether the bones are pointing towards roughly the same as the actual axis, because that's what I seem to notice about this bone structure. If you look at the bones... for example, this one here has the y-axis pointing exactly the same way as the y-axis, and then obviously because it's slightly rotated, it's never going to be bang on. But however, you can see that blue one, it is pointing towards the same direction as this z-axis, and again your x one here is pointing this way. The point I'm trying to make is, I suppose, sorry, Dave might correct me, I might be wrong, but I'm saying don't have it pointing this way, or something like that. Or you think it doesn't actually really matter?
You can do it. For example, lower level 3D packages like in Blender, you can orientate your bones wherever you would like.
You can do the same in C4D.
You can do the same. Yeah. So okay.
So that's what's confusing as well, guys, is that you can. You can
very much
move your
depends on the
bones.
scene, and there are a lot of arguments about like mirrored objects. Should they be flipped, or should they be inverted, or they should, like, I don't know, they should be actually mirrored.
I mean, the point also is that you can.
There is a lot of debate on this topic.
You can move a bone by moving it like that, but you can also move bones by rotating this bone, and there'll be so. It gets extremely confusing in many ways, and
let's go back to Vvvvil though, because we are very off track now.
Alright, cool.
I can feel that.
So just to finish up, but I need to. Sorry, I'll just mention this because the point of this as well is to find a workflow that works from a 3D package to V4, because the problem is also it's all very well knowing what the patch should be, but then how do you, and we'll give you the patch anyway, but how do you create the asset that works with this patch? Although I don't, like I said, please, this is not a Cinema 4D rigging tutorial or workshop. This is all about V4, but that's the necessary evil, I suppose, because, well, loads of people want to create their own model and want to use them in V4, and they want to find a workflow. But I will just finish on this point about orientation, because actually there's nothing else to it. Really, there's nothing else to it, guys. You make sure, and this is my advice to you, I don't know to which extent this is the truth or whatever, but for me it works. Have a main bone, have null objects for your end hierarchy, and make sure that your bones follow a certain orientation, so that, and I really do think this is very important, look at the way this x-axis is pointing this way. The next bone on the list, you see the x-axis is pointing in, what I'm trying to say is it's not pointing like that, or it's not pointing like in the opposite direction, because I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of the problems came from in my previous attempt to do this. In this one, I was like, fuck, let me make sure that all these bones, they follow a certain similar orientation, they don't, something gets all disturbed in their hierarchy. So if you look through it, you will see that the orientation is, let's just quickly go through it. You see, look at the arrows, they follow the main axis, which, by the way, as David explained, that actually might not be a problem, but I'm pretty sure it's a problem if the bones themselves in the same hierarchy have a completely different orientation. Then
just fucks up.
Exactly. So yeah. So just for that, as I said, okay, so we learned from Dave, it doesn't matter really if this does follow the Y or Z axis roughly. What matters is that the next bone down the line, which depends on this bone, that one must have a similar orientation. It's never going to be exactly the same because they are bones. They are meant to be rotated. But see how I try to do my thing, and you see that, you know, I'm trying to point them in similar direction and follow a certain pattern like that, straight back to this, which gets a bit more complicated, but really it follows the same thing right till the end. As you can see, even down to this bone is pretty much oriented the same way as this. Normally, actually, because it's just pointing like that, so it makes sense, I suppose. And then, again, you finish on just this bone, which, as Dave said, might not be necessary. Actually, if you guys can let me know, I'd be very curious. I can't be bothered doing yet another export to try shit out. But this is not a rigging tutorial, but for those who don't know and use Cinema 4D, basically select all this and then go character, command, and then just use bind, and that will create this little skin thing with this, and then you manually go back using the weight tool to weight your vertices correctly. However, which is a very tedious process, but which is necessary, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, that is the whole Cinema 4D setup. Before we move on, because we're not really going to go back to C4D, is anything not clear, guys, about, because like I said, I'm not going to show you how to do this rigging. You can fucking do a YouTube tutorial about rigging, but you need to remember the 3 rules: main bone at the top, ender bones and bone orientation need to be kept similar during a hierarchy. There's nothing else to it, really.
Meanwhile, we wait for the latency, so they actually hear what you ask it. I should point out that before leaving Cinema 4D, we would as well look at the export settings.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Because V4V actually needs a reference pose, like an A pose or T pose in humanoid models or whatever this creature is, which is not the first frame of an animation if you have an animation.
That's correct. So I forgot to mention that. That's a good point. Once you have done your skinning, you go to, well, you haven't done any animation, so essentially this should be your pose, your reset pose, whatever, bind pose. And you should go here and select all the bones and just set bind pose. Funny enough, I remember it working without doing this, but I wouldn't recommend it.
It works without doing it, but it will, again, if you want to do more complex things, which you will see on the end of this workshop, you will understand why a kind of reference pose is important.
So in C4D, you just select your bones, you select them, or you select them here, whatever, you go on here, and then set bind pose, and you're done, really. Now, I forgot to mention the FBX export, very important, but really not anything fancy. By the way, I'm running an old version of Cinema 4D on this machine. I apologize to you running the fancy stuff. This is like a 4-year-old version, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Export to FBX. Yeah, and then we'll call it
what's the
fucked
name,
up shit.
How
but this is fucked because I fucked around with it and now it's probably fucked, so I want to make sure. The one is called Digital Bird, but anyway. Right, there's your settings, FBX export settings. Since we have no animation done, we'll possibly get to that a bit later. But I do just so you know, this works with skinning. and I do my animation after in V4. If you want to do your animation in C4D and export that as well, well, I haven't quite got there yet. There's a bit of an offset which we might tackle after. But anyway, for now, this is your settings. FBX version 7.2, because that's the highest in my version, but that's what works, so maybe stick to that. I mean, if you've got more recent FBX, by all means, fucking go for it, and if it works, then
actually,
all the better.
for compatibility versions, it is always better to stick with like 2 years old versions.
Yeah.
Like, for now,
Yeah.
stick with 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Rapidly fast development environments like Unreal Engine 4, like which are actually improving very fast. They require these very new versions. But V4 is not that fast improving. I mean, not that fast. It doesn't have that fast development cycles. So just let's stick with a little bit more compatible versions. Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, you don't have to take animations if we ain't got animation. Texture and material, ambient texture, keep that on, that's what I do. And then export, and that's it. That will then give you the file you need to import in V4 here. And in fact, let's try it. And yeah, okay, that's just the scaling that's gone wrong. Because little note, in my old tutorial I used to show how you should set your scaling properly, blah 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 blah, but actually it doesn't really matter. You scale the project down. So in this example I go scale it down. This is what I do all the time, because it seems to be 100th time bigger in C4D than in V4 generally.
Can't you do just meters there?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I do that and it works. I don't question it, but you could try. In my other tutorial I showed how you should set it properly in the first place before you start doing your modeling, and then it works throughout. But since I didn't do this, like a dickhead on this project, obviously, no, but this is quite important actually for you C4D guys. Just use that. I do this all the time. Just scale the project. So sorry, if you're wondering where it is, click on any object and click this arrow up, back, straight to project settings, scale projects 0.01, and now scale it down, and now export export as FBX, and this time I'll give you the same settings again. Just have a look at it again. No animation, texture, material, normal, ambient texture. Okay. If we go back to V4, reload the fucker.
If it loads in.
What's up with it? Oh, there you go. Yeah, and yeah, there you have it. See? Still working. Alright, so let's look at the patch. Let's look at the patch. So what we have here is the same kind of setup. I'm not going to go through this shit with you guys because I just did the FBX demo and I explained this shit. And this part, which is animating the flat thing, the wings, take a screenshot of it, use it, show it to your mum, show it to your nan, be in awe of it, be impressed, whatever you want. But it doesn't really fucking matter in this. It's just an example, isn't it? So, what matters in this and what we are really here for is the skinning bit, which is in this sub module here. And it's really kind of all about this bit. And actually, this uses Dave's magic nodes. Oh, what the fuck, man. Dave's magic nodes, I suppose. Well, the mesh skinning thing, or the mcropack skinning.
Oh, the skeletal mesh thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I will talk about that later.
Yeah. So, oh no, it's not in this sub patch. It's a bit further. So let me just kind of. Okay, now let me just explain here what's going on. I have made a sub patch which takes care of the whole skinning animation, so that I don't have loads of nodes in this patch, obviously. This skinning animation patch takes as an input just the scene, because I think that's all you need. And this is how it works. So what essentially we do is we grab the scene into here, our skeleton. This is the main node. This is the V4 skeleton node. This is very important. And this
you have to include your main if
you have to what?
About just to people watching this, it's like you notice you have to include the root.
Absolutely, I was just about to say that.
Okay.
First thing is, you need to tell him, it, she, whatever. We're not going to be making any sexism in this tutorial. Let's call it she.
She, okay.
We need to tell her. Sounds weird. Anyway, we need to tell it. We need to tell the fucking thing. The fucking node. She could be a node, yeah. In French, it would be a node. It would be she. Anyway. So, la node. Oh, la node.
La node.
No, le nœud. Fuck, shit. Actually, it's masculine. What an idiot. Losing my French. Fuck's sake.
No.
No. We have the skeleton node. It's plugged in the scene. We need to tell the skeleton node the name of the main bone. The big boss of all the bones, which, as you can see, I called main. If you called it my hairy balls, then, which you could do, why not? Why should we be judgmental to people that have got hairy balls? Why should people not appreciate hairy balls? So, my hairy balls. If you call it like my hairy balls, then simply you'd have to call it here also my hairy balls. Obviously, we're not going to do that because we have to export it. But
so someone made this beautiful picture on Facebook.
Oh, that's so funny, man.
Building this.
Oh, it's so funny. Okay, so right. So we tell the skeleton node what the name of our main bone is, which, yeah, I know it gets fucking confusing. I'll go back. Okay, it's called main. Yes, it's true. And then what we do is we have two different types of animation. Why? I'm not really sure. Do you know why? Can you hear me, yeah?
Sorry?
You still here, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool. So basically you get your skeleton node, put your main bone, and then you can then use, it doesn't really matter whether I remember what this does or what, actually, to be honest. It's all getting animated through this LFO, actually. This reverse it and then animates these bones while these others are getting animated. I have no idea what's going on here. This is cool. Anyway, so the point being here is that once you get your skeleton here, this is the important part. Basically, you feed this skeleton into a bunch of set joint nodes, which every time will do a certain animation to the bone. So, for example, I've got two different animation running to achieve this. Three.
But that actually does not do anything.
That one doesn't do anything. Huh. Funny. That's probably I was trying something.
Well,
funny.
Anyway, happens.
So there's two that do things, and essentially the way it works is let me just stop the animation 1 second. Let me just stop. Let's just get rid of these 1 second. Just look at the actual thing. Yeah, there you go. And so essentially to animate, you just have whatever transform you need, and then you input more from one to another. This is basically these, for example, in this animation.
You people remember what I taught you the previous workshop?
Yeah.
You might see what Mangosh is doing wrong here. Just a little subtle hint.
Yeah, well, I
won't spoil.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's why you're here to correct me as well. But yeah,
in
this example it doesn't matter, but I'm not doing this right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter here.
But it doesn't matter in this example because there's no further transformation and all this shit. But yeah, remember the gimbal lock argument and all this shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And all this. And for our example, I'm just rotating bones. This simply goes from this position. Sorry, this is confusing. From this position to this position. This is on this axis. So let me just organize this shit a bit. Let's say there's no audio responsiveness to this. Boom. Well, this is why. See, that's exactly where I'm doing it wrong. You see, I'm rotating on one axis, then another, whatever. But
well, if you know what you're doing, then it's all right. I mean, just to know, just to make sure that you know the order.
Yeah.
Of how it is done internally. Somebody says that you're using decompose, but I can't see decompose over here.
There's no decompose.
I don't know what.
Decompose as in decompose.
I think he's in transfer, but he meant something different. Cross workshop reference.
There we go. Shit, okay. That's cool, man. What's happening? Well, you good, bro? Nice to see you here, bro. I hope you're good. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty fucking straightforward. I go each of those. This is the name of the bone. So look, let's take it from the top. Let's stop fucking faffing around. Set joint. We'll change the joint. So you give it a bunch of joints by giving it the actual name. In my case, every single fucking one of them. Pretty much. Oh, maybe not. No. Anyway, doesn't matter. I've chosen.
You don't have to animate all of them.
You don't have to animate all the bone because the other bones will be animated from the consequence of the main bone moving and shit like that, right?
Well, yeah, in kind of words which makes more sense, they are hierarchically rotated.
Yes.
So a parent rotation will affect their children as well.
There you go. He's put it so much more academically down. Yeah. Anyway, I'll drink to that, bro. So. This is your list of bones.
I'm out.
Well, you're out.
Drinks. Thank you.
Let's do this, bro. Let's do this.
Thank you very much.
And cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Wicked. So, essentially, this set joint node, in this case, what does it do? It takes a bunch of bones, which are given by the skeleton, and it applies an animation transform, which could be any transform, rotate, translate, whatever. In case of this setup, and in case actually of a lot of bones, you end up doing quite a lot of rotation, but whatever. That's could be completely different in your scenarios.
Actually, 90% of the time you do rotations on bones.
That's right, yeah. I mean, because as he says, if you wanted to move a bone, you can rotate this parent bone and that gets him to move somewhere else. Anyway. That's why we have bone. That's because you got hierarchy and all this shit. Yeah. So in our cases, I've got a fucking LFO running in here. It's outside this, but it's it's there, isn't it? Where is it? Where's my LFO? It comes from a sub patch of the wing transform LFO output. No crazy magic going on here. Essentially. This is just an LFO coming in, feeding everything like that, because I inverted for some fucking reason, I can't remember now why. Anyway, so essentially what is it doing? Well, obviously it's changing this value, which is changing the input morph, which is morphing from this value to the other, and does exactly the same to this, which means that in the end, I get an animation. I mean, this is basic V4 shit, you know. Yeah, as you can see, then I've got an animation which essentially is, just to make sure people understand, going from this number to this number. So it morphs from this input to this, and that applies it to these bones. That's how the flap. Well, not the flap.
Someone written it.
What?
It's a flap NFO.
Yeah, that's right, mate. That's the flap NFO. Right. So essentially, this is then up to you to decide which bone you influence. How you, but use this very, take a screenshot, bro, love it. Love it, take it all in. You, just the way you simply, I've seen how you do it the same way with a bunch of set joins.
Oh yes.
And then what I'm trying to say is that obviously this is our scenario, everyone's got a different scenario, but in every scenario, you're always going to get a bunch of, you start with a skeleton, that's the important bit, and then you go set join, these two joints, set join all these joints, set join more joints, and then smoke more joints. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you enjoy smoking joints, but
anyway, this is actually a very simple case.
It's a very simple case.
Working with skeletons, most of the characters have all sorts of anatomical shit going on.
Yeah.
And working with them. You might have to work with models, for example, originating from the internet, meaning they have all sorts of nonsense going on with the orientations they have, and there are times you have to work with every individual joint, and that means separately, like you have to apply some other kind of rotation for every joint, and that means for 25 joints or more, you have to put like 25 sections on your patch. 25 times the set join in, and it is a very tedious process.
And sorry, he's saying this as well because we're kind of foreseeing the questions coming up, and not just today, but in the future when you see this and then you try and do it at home and you go, oh, what the fuck, this is so complicated with set join shit on the model, I gotta create 30 of them, whatever. There is no other way.
In Vvvv.
I mean, if you see Dave's amazing hand simulation thing he did with the leap motion...
Oh, don't look at in the patch.
If you see the actual patch, I mean, how many set joints are you using?
I don't know, I stopped counting.
Yeah, like 40, 50, 90. So we're just saying, like, don't start thinking like, fuck, I've got like 10 set joint, bro. This is messy. Yeah, it is. It's a messy business, you know?
There is a way of doing this, like actually engineering a pattern for your model in C# and then do that, or you're very clever, you can actually do that in Vvvv as well. But you know, when there's like a 1 week deadline, you don't want to get deep into that sort of jazz. Unless it is your degree or pet project or whatever. Yeah. So that's why you need this kind of very manual way of dealing with these things, because these are individual systems what you deal with, not just a bunch of cubes and a bunch of 3D files thrown together.
So just to kind of finish up on this. This is how I've done the animation. I use the input morph and set join, and that's kind of the way you probably should do it. A little mention though about making it audio responsive, just because fuck it, I might as well. We're here, it's done. Is it working? Hang on. Oh, the fuck has been taken out. Yeah. So just quick mention, I mean, the beauty of this, I think, is that you get your animation, and this is the beauty of V4 actually, is that you got your animation running, and there's another animation running. What I'm trying to say is that, yeah, you've got your animation running of it, you know, kind of collapsing on itself like that, but there's also the animation of the FFT driving the bones away and creating its own glitchy fucking, and obviously it's brilliant.
That actually gave me an idea which I will show in this workshop.
Okay, cool. But let me just talk quickly about how it's done. Hang on, let me just keep. I might just. Is it too loud or? I'll just reduce the volume.
I can't hear yet the sound.
People can hear the sound. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just cut the volume off for now. So how it's done, we're using V4, brilliant audio engine made by Tedjam, brilliant work, fucking sick, love it, love everything about it. Absolutely brilliant, kills it. So, the audio is brilliant, use it, file streams a file, whatever. This is where you stick your MP3 file.
Only backside, you need ASIO drivers to operate that.
Yeah. It runs on ASIO for all. You've got this audio engine. Just look at the V4 audio pack. This is not rocket science. It's in the file playback.
Teaser trailer. There will be a workshop about that in January.
Wicked. Yeah, nice one.
We slightly talked about this on the chat.
Okay, wicked.
This week.
So what we do here is we play the file stream. This gives us one audio channel. Why? This is a quick trick tip thing. I mean, a lot of you also do a lot of audio responsive shit in V4, I'm sure. One little thing I do is I convert the audio file to mono, unless there's a lot of panning shit going on where the guy is making sure there's shit on the left and not on the right and all this. But in general, people don't do that much. So.
That'd actually, thanks. You're welcome.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah. Love it. Absolutely brilliant. Great work, man. Amazing. And so, shit, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, just convert it to a mono file, basically, because otherwise you gotta listen to, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously what's brilliant with the FFT and vAudio, you put it in, you get 512 audio spectrum. As most people know, that's just the way FFT kind of works. And obviously, if you have a stereo channel, then you get two, one for the left, one for the right. But then, which one do you listen to, the left or the right? Or do you like combine them and do an average and all this shit? And what I do is I actually just convert the file from stereo to mono, and I listen to that. And then if I'm playing out, for example, on this project I've got 7 audio channel FFT recognition going, so it's very audio responsive. I play them out in one file stream, and then I've actually got another file stream, and this one, instead of playing 7 mono MP3s, it plays one of the final product well mixed MP3, and that one I put as an audio out here with the plus node as Tom Film did in his example. So yeah, that's just a kind of trick. I don't know how other people do it, but that's how I do it. Otherwise, obviously, the problem is you're listening to a sound, you get 2 channels, you get the left and the right, you'd have to add an average or whatever. This way, I do my average, not in V4, so it's more optimized, I suppose, as well. And if, like I said, you don't have much panning thing going on, then it's cool.
So, or as Fabian is saying, you can do spectral audio if you don't want to convert the entire file.
So actually, while we've got you here, mate, could you tell me how optimized would that be? Because I mean, obviously, the good thing about me doing this is that I don't have to do any sound manipulation in V4. But is it not very costly thing to do? I mean, converting from stereo to mono essentially in V4 rather than in your...
Yeah, we will have to wait like...
Oh yeah, shit. Okay, cool. Well, meanwhile I'll continue. Well, I mean, I'm really done with this, guys. In terms of how you add the audio responsiveness... Oh, sorry, no, I'm not exactly done. But essentially, you've got your input morph. That creates an animation, which is the animation you're seeing now. Because it's giving it numbers, and as you know, everything in V4 is just crunching numbers. You get those 12 numbers which rotate the bones. Simply add to it. So what I do is I get 512 FFTs, right? Obviously, I'm not going to apply all 512 to the bones because you get all sorts of crazy cycling, spreading shit. So I resample it down to 12, which is the number of bones in this list which I'm applying to. And that's how it works. And then you multiply it if you need to, or what. But the only last little thing about this, I suppose, is the fact that, and again, this is a slight FFT audio responsive. It's not really a trick. I mean, there is nothing brilliant about this. But you do get 512. In this example, it's more bassy, or it's more on the lower end of the audio spectrum. Therefore, instead of grabbing all 512 and resampling them down, I only grab half of it, the lower end. This way I have more responsiveness, because you know, it's logical to get more, because if it's on the low end, and generally, just so you know, in my project, I sometimes just grab the first 64. If I know that it's really, really bassy, and there's no mid or treble in this audio track, you might as well fucking only use the first 64 slices of your FFT, so that you have a much nicer looking audio responsiveness. For example, in my project now, I've managed to make it straight down to the notes. So when the piano notes get played, you can actually visually see them. But if you grab the whole 512, this is very unlikely, unless you've got 512 elements. Anyway, that's the end.
Need something for Tabian as well, for January workshop, if he's up for it.
Yeah, but anyway, that's pretty much it for my part of showing you how to do skinning and bones and animating and audio responsiveness. Are there any questions?
Now we will just wait 7 seconds.
We got time, bro. I'm drinking. I want to see this bottle down by the time we finish.
I still have some.
Cool.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, girls. Cheers, monkeys and spiders.
Especially monkeys.
See, it just adds the samples. Not very expensive.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Expensive.
I should try it out next time. Alright, so yeah, just kind of thinking if you guys got any questions, anything that's not. Oh shit! Sorry, before we go, all this is not going to work unless you have a skinner. Sorry, guys. Very, very, very important.
Oh, actually.
Yeah. Oh, you going to jump in with this? Well, hang on. I'm going to do the transition.
I'm going to jump in with that. How about that?
Okay, hang on. Let me just clarify, and go back and say this is not over, because actually with this setup, so I explained to you, just go back 1 second. I explained to you about the skeleton and grabbing the set joint, and that's all very well, but what the fuck do you do with that information? And what you need is you need to pass all this in a skinning module, which is the one from, was it mcropack or MSU?
I think I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's mcropack, I think.
Sorry, and Dave is going to take over now, because it's actually this module, although it's called Evil Skinner, because I like to appropriate myself things that other people make, is actually full of David's shit. But I put my name to it, and I will give it to you guys. But just make sure my fucking name stays on it, right? This is my shit. This is my module. I made it with my hands in 5 minutes out of shit that Dave spent hours making. Fucking hours. I just take all the credit for it.
Or maybe 5 minutes. You don't know.
Look, it's brilliant. Look, it has this image input element. I made that. I made image. Anyway.
Yeah, that is actually just the thing combining together.
Stay tuned. This is where. So you understand, in our great big setup for this digital bird, we do use the node async thing and all this stuff, but we grab the skeleton straight from the scene file, as I explained. Then we modify the skeleton essentially with the set joint nodes. We are passing this skeleton. As you can see, it's actually skeleton information, but you need some module to get that skeleton back, get the geometry, get the transform, all this shit, and then output, a geometry which can be formed on all sorts of crazy jazz. Dave, I'll let you take over, talk about this.
Well done. With pleasure.
Jump in.
Actually, I will just take this down, because this a little bit disturbs me in concentration. So first of all,
but can you continue, on this module, because obviously that's
this
an
module.
Example. Yeah.
Okay.
Rather than showing your own, because this is basically what you did. I just put my name.
Yes. There's a single node solution to all of your problems, though. Anyway, this obviously not all of your problems, because you will end up with more complex situations where you want more control. Anywho, don't do this. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I usually hate max element counting and stuff,
Yeah.
pipeline statistics, but you fucking put it there.
I put there
You
because
put it there. See this guy? You see this guy? Unbelievable.
I was
I'm trying to appropriate myself for his work, and he's the one who actually went to, oh yeah, just use that. And I was like, you sure pipeline stats? I swear down, it's not a good idea. But
I was the one who actually suggested it.
You were the one who actually put it. He looked at this. I was like, oh yeah, just do that.
Well,
I was like, what?
To be honest,
anyway,
to be honest, it is using according to books. It is a very ugly solution. Because it uses
pipeline stats.
Yeah, which is using the same kind of thing which we had with readback nodes.
Yeah.
And at some times, if you have a large set of vertices, this thing is not a good idea.
Yeah.
And there are ways, especially when you're working from asim nodes,
asim vertices count and stuff using the mesh node.
Yes. Yeah. There's another mesh node which
okay,
gives
go on,
you
do it. So we replace that thing. Go on. And this way we'll upload this file.
I want to
see. We're correcting our shit, and then we'll upload the final files. Because if we upload this before, this is all over the place.
Actually, this is implemented in the module. I will show you later. So you can see, I think.
So there's this extra async node which Dave keeps banging on about. By the way, to me, like every day I meet him, he only talks about this node. Every time we go out for lunch. No,
I don't remember that.
No, but it's a node he did mention a few times, which is basically also called mesh, but it gives you information.
Well, it gives you actually the numbers.
Yeah, that's right.
So it gives you all the vertex data, and you don't. I cannot stress this enough. You don't deal with that data on CPU. You don't. What you deal with though is this thing over here.
Yeah, index count.
This will be the actual vertices which will be drawn on the GPU. And this is a little bit forward shooting because there will be also a workshop about the geometry stuff in December.
Yeah, but fuck it, let's do it. Quickly, correct my shit.
So we
correct my shit, bro. So I can put my name to it. I want my name to this.
Okay,
your correction, my name. Come on, man. You know how it works around here. I take all the credit. Yeah. You put my name to this bitch. Evil's number of vertices.
Doom.
Yeah, number of doom. Yeah, big time.
And,
we're fucking evil around here.
Actually, I will just comment it here. Vertex count.
Point. Vertex cunt. Sorry, couldn't resist. Yeah. Oh man, it's always badoots in my head.
Yeah, well.
Didn't that great big ugly get max element then?
Yeah, I'm getting rid of that, yes.
There you go. And now it's, kosher.
It's not ready yet. So which vertex does it have a single
it's halal
mesh?
or kosher depending on your religious preferences.
Does it have a single mesh? Are we animating a single mesh?
We are animating a single mesh. And as you can see, I put a little note saying spine must always be the first model because that's how I grab it.
So that is 0. Because what we can do, what is not implemented here for some reason, this little fella does not do anything. So that's obviously a thing which will have to be fixed in the DirectX 11 code, which probably nobody has the mood or the time to do that. Anywho, this one here, it works.
Okay, so this one does matter.
Yes.
And it only did work in the first place because it was the first model indeed.
Yeah, it looks like.
And yeah, so just to finish, this kind of get slice shit. Like, the hack of it is just that the spine must always be the first model. Because that's how I get it. Otherwise, you could actually get...
How you can control the order of the model? I didn't know.
You can in C4D Pro. Like, so this is actually the first model.
Okay.
Because
you can assign a number to it?
No, it's just the first one. Because look, the first is not a model, it's a null object. Then you have like... whatever, 30 bones.
Oh, yeah,
none of them matter. Then boom,
it
first
keeps
model.
in hierarchy. Yeah. But for example, in Blender, in exports, it always messes up at some point. So
because it counts the bones and the null objects as.
Well, the individual objects are not kept in order as you see it in the editor. So you don't take that. You shouldn't take that granted.
Yeah.
You
Well, you can if you're a C4D designers.
Yes, you
know
can if you use Cinema 4D.
There you go, bro.
But I don't use Cinema 4D.
Yeah, well,
with a reason.
You're you're the douchebag. What can I say?
Anywho,
ooh, we're gonna get into some Blender VSC4D argument.
Yeah, it's like the Apple versus Microsoft wars all over again.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he loves Apple. He loves Apple. That's why he's got a beard and fucking boating shoes and like iPads coming out his fucking
currently
ass.
I have a Crocs on.
He's got Crocs on, which is, by the way, in 2 weeks' time will be the norm in East London. All the hipsters be wearing them with their.
No, I don't wear it in public. Don't worry.
Do you know how he's? Do you know why he's a hipster? I know everyone can have a beard, but his beard is conditioned.
Come on. Anywho, back to the topic because we are getting very, very, very distracted.
Yeah, that's the fun, though. This
is the fun.
All right.
So this is if you people don't know, and if you're not familiar with what you call it. With geometrics as geometry effects.
Don't confuse people who don't know too much about shaders, though. Essentially, sorry, because this is where I come in, because that's how I can simplify shit for the idiots like me, or the non-enlightened, let's say. This is a shader. This is a geometry shader. What it does, it takes in geometry, fucks with the geometry, sends it back. Essentially, all it does is modify geometry. It is a shader, but it doesn't really do lighting or anything. It just modifies the shape of something. This is Dave's amazing skinning shader, geometry shader.
Which is basically like the port of the DirectX 9.
And it's, well, whatever he said. But my point being, it's basically something which takes in geometry data and skeleton data and outputs the model according to the modification of the skeleton. So this is exactly what we need. I mean, what I'm saying is the core of the whole skinning thing in V4 is done with this node. Hence why it's called skinning. I mean, that's it. That's the major bit about all this is this.
I wouldn't really talk too much about it because
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They don't have to know what's in it. It works. Just we're gonna make all this downloadable for you guys to use. And I'm just saying, like, for example, I don't fucking understand it, but I use it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to understand it, just use it.
To be honest, I will go into animation also, how you read animated models, because are there any problems?
Yeah, I'm going to take this from Korea.
Okay, well...
keep going, bro.
Mango's taking a...
No, take it later. Go on, sorry.
You take it later?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
caught up back. What I'm saying is this, have you got anything else to say about the skinner? The skinning process? I mean, we don't need to talk about how it's done. I'm just saying about how to use it. Is there anything they need to know?
Yeah, they will, but this will be encapsulated for them. So I have 2 modules I can showcase. So while Mangosh is taking this call, I can demonstrate it for you. And let's start a new patch. Let's get this opportunity to open a little bit clearer version. Oh, I didn't have it here. As I said, I just moved over a bunch of stuff from my main computer to this one because this is actually like 5 to 10 times more performant computer than mine. I mean, the one I'm using. So there might be stuff missing. So we need a little bit of spoil. Do we need that? No, we don't need that actually, because let me just copy from some files. You guys grab a coffee or something. Looks like we have a 2-minute technical break over here. I grab an example file from the other computer and continue from there. Let us see. CLO. Yeah. Forgot to copy files. So I'm doing that.
Okay.
And
sorry guys, that was my grandmom. She needed some attention.
oh, that's lovely.
No, I'm joking. It wasn't my mum. It was my wife actually. But
manipulate without feelings, Mangosh.
yeah.
I just. And
Wicked. Was there any, so yeah, you didn't add anything to the, nothing else to. Just use the spinner thing, man. Don't worry about how it works, man. Fuck it, just use it.
Which one?
Oh, sorry, we forgot to ask. Is there anything unclear about all this, by the way? Did anyone have a question?
Well, we will wait for, I don't know, 7 to 10 seconds now. I don't know what's the latency. I stopped measuring.
Yeah. Yeah, just let us know, because now we're going to move on to more complicated shit. So let us know if something is not clear about the what I just explained and all that. Let us know, man. Let us know, because I don't mind explaining again. You know what I'm saying? Grab the opportunity, mate. Aproveite, as the Brazilian Portuguese say. Aproveite.
What that means actually?
It means seizing the opportunity. You know what I mean? There's no real word for it. It's brilliant.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there must probably be a.
I will break your setup though, so I'm going.
Wow, this guy fucking with my computer. Boo, boo.
Boo. Actually, let's put. Oh, the dick is gone.
What?
No.
No, bro.
Okay.
Put the dick back on. Window. Yeah, go up.
Ah, okay.
No. You better go. Hello!
Okay, start going
we
then.
didn't use this in the end. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed.
Oh yes, all right. So let me just put it here. Okay. Just, where was I? So let's go to a little bit more streamlined example, which is actually built for demonstrating these sorts of jazz, and with a little bit more streamlined model as well. And I was on C, and then a micro D, and then here let's load up the Astro Boy. If I can find the geometries, Astro Boy. This is actually a Collada file. It is the original file of things. Now see, you notice 2 knots here. And which is very, very interesting. So this skeleton simple, and then skeletal mesh, and then this fella, and I hope it won't crash on me. No, it won't. Amazing news. We'll also delete this and use my way much more.
Wait for them to let us know if there's any question, I suppose.
I'm still a little bit in preparation.
Just do your thing, man.
Why I can't see thing? Why I can't see the thing here? Doobie doobie doop. Axis and grid. Oh, I can see now what was the problem.
Get my glass of wine, bro.
That might not help my situation though. So there you go. Oh, there's a little boy. There you go. So now we are jumping right into the topic. So how we done that? It is actually 2 nodes. Here you can see skeleton simple and skeleton mesh. Skeleton simple actually wraps all the okay, this is a little bit of early thingy, but here actually it wraps all the set join for you, and then with asimp or ashimp. I don't know how to pronounce that properly though. You have
Ass.
What?
Imp.
I never think of that. I never thought of that.
Ass. Imp. That's how you're supposed to say
Ass imp. Okay, so you have the ass imp animation channels, which is telling you. Well, sorry, not animation channels. Actually, the animation split node. See, it will actually give you animation channels, and you can. It is pretty advanced. You can create multiple clips in your files or multiple sequences in your files, and these channels will contain them. And here you can see the name of the sequence and the duration of it, and then that particular sequence contains 24 channels with there's the bin size of it here, so you can actually select for that. And with the skeleton simple node, you can actually filter down to sequence names. So if your character, for example, I will demonstrate that with multiple files though. So if your character has more animation sequences, obviously, then you can like put a single set of behaviors into one file. So like this Astro Boy here is only know how to walk forward, but for example, if you have an animation walking sideways, jumping, I don't know, rolling around, dancing, whatever. These kind of channels are the way how to address them individually. And down here, the animation channels are the actual actual animating data. What's going on? They are a transformation. Proportional transformation, not proportional actually, they have scale. So they're like a 3D transformation with transition, scale and rotation. Rotation is in quaternion. I would reference the previous workshop if somebody has difficulties with that. And here you can see the node name, and that node name, I will expose it a little bit with the inspector, and that node name actually represents, in our context, in the context of a skeletal mesh, it represents the actual bones. So if I open up a very weirdly named select join skeleton GUI, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm cool, man.
It's okay. So here you can actually debug your skeleton, and it is also very. So here you can see, here you can see or model a skeleton walking down at some direction. And you can see other joints which are not really playing part in the actual animation or not addressed by the actual mesh at all, because I will also show you how the mesh is actually getting that data, or how you could actually reference the data. So yeah, that will give us the base transformation here of the set join, which is the absolute position or the absolute transformation of your join. However, it is behaving like a little bit in a little bit strange ways. Sometimes it seems like I said, well, yeah, I'm not 100% sure because I probably didn't do my reading properly, but there is a very interesting way of this base transform behaves. It's not always the actual transformation, but here, in case of animations, it always works. It always works like an absolute animation. So it is not absolute animation. It is. Oh, sorry. It is the way, or it is actually accounted for in the as imp nodes developed by Vvvvil, so probably it's accounted for. Anywho, so we construct our skeleton here in a little bit different ways. We don't actually care about constructing or animating the skeleton because it is done for us in the 3D package, and it is read for us with this very handy module here. And there's the other handy module which actually packs up all the necessities to render your thing out into geometry. And there are all sorts of new concepts here, not new concepts, but all sorts of not usual concepts lying in this module. Like for example, this one actually it is pretty usual in other computing, other languages, but not in Vvvv, because this one actually caches your mesh. So it will build up. Notice that the Astro Boy has 4 meshes, but our output geometry is only a single geometry. And the reason why it is necessary to this node here, or actually this node here, this one. Oh yeah, okay, this one just this one is just a very nasty. Yeah, it is actually overcomes the bug that this fella here does not do anything, which would be super useful. So so I wouldn't have to do this thing over here. So it is just overcomes this bug here, which is available in mcropack. So hooray for that!
Yeah, hooray, bro, hooray!
And here is join geometry, which actually uses a renderer. You can render out your own geometry in these nodes. It's a stream out renderer, just what would you do in the GeoMFX, but in a lower level fashion. So you can join up multiple draw cores and just like how would you do it in a compute shader, for example, as well. So it is very handy, but also it can make your life miserable, just like GeoMFX can, with all the input layouts and jazz. Anywho, that is also taken care of for you, because you can just toggle geometry features here, which will get important in rendering, which I don't really want to get very detailed in right now.
Please don't.
I will
Let's plow forward.
Yes.
Let's see these ladies through.
I will get the details in December though. Anywho.
Please do. Get the detail in December, because then it's like to be continued.
Oh yes.
Folks. You know what I mean? Basically, now Dave's taken over. I'm gonna be drinking and talking shit. Well, okay, that's what I was doing before, but like even more.
Yes, you will
I'll just make the comedy input. There you go. You got me.
With swap draws.
Crowds. You got me on my toes. Yeah, go on.
Anywho, backtracking to my previous statement on how the ass imp node is actually addressing the bones what they need, and what are those bones will be addressed. Okay, let's do a little bit of backtracking. So I will open this shader, and please don't scream in agony if you do that. But notice, okay, I will just go here. There's also suggest here. So you don't have to concentrate.
Lux is if defined. This boy, I've noticed. Lux he likes his if defined. If defined. If defined.
It is actually a very powerful tool.
I know, I love it too. He told me about it. It's brilliant.
It can make
compiler defined all sorts of crazy shit. So
Yeah, but be careful with
Anyway,
that. So you see this blend ID and blend weight, and this is per vertex data. So every vertex which contains some kind of skeletal
bone, skinning,
ring, yes. It will also contain a per vertex blend index, which will.
So did you notice that per vertex has pervert in it? You said it, man. You said it. Anyway, he's right. Vertices that have in a rig come in with an ID and weight.
Yes.
So like this is vertex number 0 and its weight for this bone is this or whatever, I suppose. Right?
And this is actually this blend ID is addressing the individual matrix transforms you have to apply the vertex on. This is the technical term. If you are interested in how it works, it's actually pretty straightforward if you ignore all this if and all the MSS specific stuff. But it is very simple. And there also notice there are 4 of them because it is smoother to influence it is smoother to calculate the average of all these 4 transformations, and yeah, it will just give you nicer results. So yeah, you can pack up 4 of them in Blender. I don't know where it is in Cinema 4D, somewhere around here.
Yeah, it definitely is somewhere around here. Maybe at the tip of the dick,
yes,
or at the bottom of the dick. I don't know, maybe somewhere here.
And but in Blender you can see this actually on the side. There's a list of the bones which are the vertices.
Yeah, you can see that shit in character and blah blah blah. Like I was saying, showing view weight and all this stuff. It's in there.
Yeah, but
anyway.
you don't normally you don't need that kind of low level thing. If you're an asset manufacturer, you would never ever meet those kind of things in your life. You only have to care about these if you are manufacturing for games or these kind of real-time applications, which we actually do.
Yeah. True that.
So that's a side note.
Yeah, go on.
And these IDs actually addressing the transformations which are created from the skeleton addressed by these names provided from the mesh. And here also we have the inverse binned pose, which is actually getting back a set of okay, let's do some theory, shall we? So let's imagine that my arm is kind of a set of vertices which addresses a bone, and to transform that from this default position to this position or this position.
Yeah, now we're talking.
You have to actually transform it before you transforming it to this position.
Yeah,
you have to
position.
transform back to kind of a normalized space to its origin. So then you can actually transform it to that. And because you can multiply together transformations, so you can just store the end result in a single matrix transform, what you do it in CPU. So it is an inverse binding transform, it's called that in scientific ways. There are all other 3D packages have different names because they are stubborn on naming. And here, this inverse binned pose.
So that's what he said to me. I once asked him, I didn't really care what it meant, inverse bind pose, and I said to Dave, what the fuck do I do with this in the gate train transform node? And he said, just put in, because I thought you had to invert the bone matrix or some shit, but you don't. You just put the bone matrix. That's what they want to hear, right?
Yes. Yeah, so that's,
they want to hear this, Dave.
Yeah. They just connect.
Where
this
they
to
want to
this.
hear what do you plug in where?
Okay.
Tell them.
That is a very very high ball actually.
Yeah, well.
So anyway, this is
So
the
you
bone
plug in
matrices.
the bone matrices.
Go to inverse binned pose.
Yeah.
I hope you guys taking notes.
I'm taking notes. YouTube's
and-
taking whatever this thing can be replayed, so it's taking notes for us.
Oh yes, and also this get join transform will get you the actual position of your bone. If you don't connect this, it is not necessary to connect this. If you don't connect this, you will get back the actual world space transformation of your bone.
Which means?
Which means I can show you in a second.
Please do.
If I get the renderer back somehow.
Did you
there
crash
you go.
it, bro?
No, I didn't crash it.
I hope you didn't crash my computer.
No.
We're doing this on my computer, by the way. Big up my computer.
Yeah, big up the Mangosh computer.
Yeah. Fuck all the rest. Fuck your computer, whoever you're watching. Sorry, but
I might broke something though.
I hope you haven't, mate. I hope you haven't. I really do. If you have, I shall break this bottle on your head.
Don't get nasty.
For God's sake.
Where is Astro Boy? There you go.
It's just a tiny wee little guy, isn't he? Oh, bless him.
Ooh, who get this killing? Anyway.
Did you see Dave's little did you see this? Oh man, Dave's got this nipple thing. Look.
I think you're distracting a little bit.
I am indeed. That's what I'm here for, mate. Main section's finished. Nice.
I didn't invite you because of that.
And well, it comes with a package.
Anywho.
Anyway, go for it. Keep going.
So where was I? I forgot.
You were talking about. Well, I suppose we can look here because it's got a lag.
Indeed, we found a useful
Where about the lag
thing on,
I don't know.
on
You
the
were
lag.
doing on this shit. No, you were talking about get join transform.
Oh yes, and what do I mean by the word space shenanigan?
Yes. What do you mean by what was it? World space transform instead of
the word space transformation of the bones.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
right.
will demonstrate that for you.
That's right. There you go. Fucking
So,
hell. A bit of pragmatism at the end. In the end, God.
At least you will learn something. Well, remember this, Dave. Don't happen so often. Anyway. Wrong directional, and then have some little boxes, and then it is very simple. Get join transform. We will get all the transforms from here to here. There you go. This is how you get the position of the actual
Sweet, man. This is fucking
join
sweet.
you have. And there's cubes, what you can see. I will turn on the mouse.
Wow, these cubes are your bones, man.
Oh man, I missed this thing.
Yeah. Well, why don't you install? You should have installed it before.
Actually, I installed it.
Did you install it?
Yeah, I installed it.
I need to fucking buy one, man. Let's just see this thing. You're gonna get to see what Dave's nipple can do.
Actually, they've already seen. Ah, come on!
USB device not recognized. No way. Fuck your nipple, mate. Oh yeah, USB 2. Ooh, look at that.
So actually, they've seen it in the.
Yeah, I know.
launcher.
Okay, well, okay. Sorry for getting excited about it, Dave. Thanks. Yes.
Thanks. Asim. What was that? Space mouse. I think it's G. Oh, come on. Okay, I won't use this.
Sorry, guys. No space mouse.
Sorry for
this.
me. I have to use this keyboard. Anyway, so these cubes, what you can see here, and where is my inspector? I want my inspector.
This is so much fun.
I lost my inspector. I lost my keyboard.
Is it?
Oh,
keyboard stopped working.
You're in the shit, mate. Oh, you unplugged the keyboard to plug in that crazy stuff, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Oh, okay. Okay. So
What's that?
I was just like little.
Try again.
What you call it? The USB cable just did not attach too well. It's wiggled a little bit.
That disappeared. There you go.
Face mouse. And oh my god, much better.
Oh wow, look at that. Look at Dave's.
Okay, I have to.
Ah, Dave, what are you doing to me? Woo, woo, woo. Dave! Oh, amazing skinning, Dave.
Okay, stop that. Back to serious stuff, because
Very serious, man. Nipples are serious.
nipples.
Nipples are serious.
So, notice these two cubes here.
They're the extra bones that shouldn't be there, innit?
Well, they are extra bones, which are like empty objects of lights
Yeah.
or whatever they are. And so you notice here that these are completely separated from each other. So if I want to apply different animation on it, as you could see already, as you could kind of guess by now,
Said John, do that thing. Don't be scared.
we actually have to.
Didn't I tell you about the set joint? Yes.
And also, what I need to show you is Scene Explorer.
Yeah, he's a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of the Scene Explorer.
It is actually very useful
It's
stuff,
useful,
and very
but-
much thanks for Vooks to implementing that.
There you
and
go. I'm
doing
so
that.
ungrateful. Thanks to vveekend for everything, though.
Yes,
But I'm not that impressed by the Scene Explorer. I never use it. I just find my way through my 3D package.
yeah, but
This is a purely developer bullshit.
it is actually what the Vvvv sees out of that model.
I know. I'm being very ungrateful. It's amazing because this tells you the hierarchy that V4 is seeing. So,
Yes, let's
because you can never be sure with export because it gets so messy. So yeah, no, it's brilliant.
Yes, let's get some. Let's get the head rotating. Neck. Well, let's get actually the neck. 01. Sorry, so neck 01. I hope that's only there. Yes, and you can, while it's animating, you can still make your character look at things. Sorry. So you can still make
Look
your
at that.
character
Oh man,
look at
this
things
is so
like
good.
it. Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh
Look
no.
at me.
Oh no. Oh no.
How
No,
fabulous
no.
are it? And you can
How
also-
lame? Can you make him go up and down?
Yes,
Go
of
on,
course.
do it.
So you can actually do things like that is the other axis, maybe.
Yeah, so good. Make him go his head like that. And I'm gonna say, how fucking.
That's great. Yeah.
So you can do like that. Meanwhile,
Now
you
we're
can
embracing the scent joint, guys, innit? We're
Oh, yeah.
embracing it. Too much fun.
Meanwhile, you are actually having the animation, the original animation, still applied.
That's was my point before, guys.
The thing.
You know, maybe he's a bit more eloquent about it, but my point was, you got your animation running whether it's an input morph or an animation channel. Actually, it's the same. It's still just numbers moving. So what's beautiful is you can add to that and mix and match two animations together. It's brilliant.
So a little bit of backtracking also is that because my character, if you want a more kind of a more vivid character with more materials and things like that, unfortunately there's only one out of the box way to do that in Vvvv, and that is in MShare, and that is actually hardly an hardly can be called an out of the box solution.
Took me about, okay, this is it. I decided one day I got this really good computer and I said, first thing I'm going to do with it, install MShare and run it. Wake up one Saturday morning, got really stoned, ready for it, you know what I'm saying? Tea's on the table, all this shit, and I'm like, install MShare. Mate,
5 hours later, I'm sweating like this. I got fucking code downloaded from somewhere in the world that I'm supposed to convert to 64-bit in Visual Studio, re-export, put that shit in, copy the HDRI. I was actually sweating. Then eventually...
Which was that? This was the image
Mate,
pack. But that was not necessary at
I don't
all.
know. Eventually, everything pretty much worked, and it's a thing of beauty. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. But boy, it took me a day to install the fucker.
Oh, yeah. Anywho, actually...
So I want to meet other people that have managed to install MSC and are using it.
I'm actually talking to a couple of them.
I know. Boris is using it.
This is a very, very good occasion to not just...
The guys in Paris, our brothers in Paris, they're using it. Charles Circuit B and Alexandre and the other guys, Seb, they're using MSC.
Oh yeah, they're using it.
I know, I'm saying. I want to know how much you guys have
to
sweat it out about installing it, though. Fucking hell. But I installed it 64-bit, mate. Recompiled some shit even without him being here and stuff.
Well,
so amazing.
For 64, yeah, actually it works better in 64-bit.
It works nice, man. It's amazing. It's amazing contribution, the best ever.
Anywho, we can.
Yeah, there you go. Sam's like, how many days? We're not even talking in hours. How many days did it take you to install MSC, Seb? Come on.
It's not that hard, guys.
It's not that hard. If you know about engineering, rocket science, metaphysics, and fucking assembly code.
But actually, the hardest point is to get all the shit attendances what's out there. So it's
I love it. You should have seen my face when I finally managed to get the droid girl to walk around. I was just like, whoa!
Anyway, I think it is a very good occasion that I show off actually the booty shaker.
Yeah, you have to because it's all about spinning and both.
Okay, can we show that? Can we show that after the dick? I mean, it's like
please do. It's way better than the dick. You have to see the booty shaker. It's the best V4 application.
I know. I won't show that.
What is he saying? Hang on. Well, look, a few trials to make it work. I admit, yeah. A few trials. That means like 4 days with like they were rationing food and stuff. They're getting pizzas delivered and stuff, going like MSC and stuff.
You know.
Seb's mind would never be the same.
Seb's what?
Seb Escudier, his mind would never be the same now. He's installed MSC. You know what I mean?
Okay,
he's lost, like me, I've lost a few.
Okay.
I hold you
It can make you like a little bit insane.
Basically, me and you said if we ever get dementia, we can sue Dave for like ruining our brain.
There are even more sinister things in software engineering than MSC. That's just a little,
I love it.
little
I think it's brilliant.
Anyway. Anywho, what I wanted to tell you is that you actually, if you want to apply multiple textures on it, you have to write your own shaders, or I can maybe I can demonstrate it at some point. Let me quit.
Did you explain the world transform thing, or is it me not paying attention?
I think I
think you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I explained it pretty well. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory with the cubes now.
Yeah.
And then, with these kind of inverse bin pose matrices, they are actually kind of a bridge between the reference pose and the normalized space. I call it normalized space. I don't know if there is a more problem with it. Yeah, image pack is a classic issue. Humans will be upgraded. Yes, indeed. Humans currently running on a very, very slow and outdated firmware. Yeah.
That's the beauty of MSC, mate. It's not MSC's fault, it's our fault, isn't it? For being too stupid to not know how to install it.
Anyway, no, actually, it should be optimized a lot more. I will close these and make it able to save. I
love MSC, by the way, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I put a damper on it, because this thing it's a thing of beauty. It's just incredible. The rendering you get with this shit, I fucked around with it. There's nothing like it, man. It's unbelievable. If it ran faster, I'd use it on the Rift, but it doesn't run faster.
Well, yeah, this is not there for.
But I blame the Rift. I don't blame him, shit. I think the ref should.
What else? Should we go into the booty shake? Should we fetch it, or should we go onwards to the Kinect business and make and call it a day after that?
I think you should just show the booty shaker quickly as
because
an
I don't have it here.
Okay,
I have to like fetch it.
Maybe we should ask our audience who wants to see the booty shaker.
Who wants to see actually a very, very sexist model, which I'm not that keen on showing.
It's fucking funny as well. It's a skinning application he's done, or we can just watch. Well, we do both anyway. But do you want to see the booty shaker now, or do you want to see it later?
I will just fetch it in case.
Just fetch it, bro. But you should go on about the Kinect stuff. But that shit's gonna be insane.
Okay, that a booty shaker will be a bonus after the Kinect.
Yeah, I think you should go into the Kinect.
Okay, I will do that.
Just go in the Kinect, and then we'll show the booty shaker for the survivors at the end. They get to see the sort of amazing.
Actually, we just all through the whole show, we just lost 3 viewers. That is a very, 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 very good statistics.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. So for that, I'm pretty sorry, guys, but I have to close this Vvvv application, which co-providing the fee. So say goodbye to our faces.
We're gonna be back one sec.
Yeah, just our faces. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. And then here I have to first do this. And I've done this. I've done this patch on this night, and it immediately stops. Amazing. What am I doing wrong? Okay, let's try it again. Because if it does not run, I will have to. Okay. Yes.
It looks like we're gonna see the booty shaker. I'll be close to it.
Vvvv, ladies and gentlemen.
He said I'm gonna show people how to do Kinect.
Okay, sound is back because I started to click around.
Yo, bro, how amazing is this shit? You missed out on my shouting and getting so excited.
Are you into acupuncture, guys? Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
Anywho, so this requires before.
This is amazing.
Before this requires you to do all sorts of mangling with the transforms and join and orientations, all sorts of jazz. And now I've developed a couple of nodes which does that for you.
Wow, amazing, bro! I'm so impressed, man. This is sick. How long have we been waiting for this shit, guys? Woo!
And also,
time
just
to get it on, motherfucker! Yeah,
just
bitch.
just to tease you more. Just to tease you more. Oh! No! You know what?
No!
Anywho.
Oh, it's amazing.
Anywho, just
peace time.
calm you down a little bit. Here you go. It is.
Peace time.
So Kinect now is completely embedded into the skeleton pipeline we have, and we can actually access the hierarchical rotations
Wow,
for the bones.
This is so amazing, man.
See, I can make stuff very, very boring.
Wow, man. This is so
So,
cool, guys.
uh,
Isn't it cool, guys, man? What the fuck? Anyone not impressed by this shit or what?
I
Man,
think
go
they
back
are
to watching fucking CSI then if it's boring, bro. Fuck's sake.
Actually, we lost a viewer.
Did we? Yeah, fuck him. He's lost.
He's the fourth viewer we lost. Anywho, so we have a couple of sad nodes, helper nodes in mcropack, which gives up. I never tried it with multiple users, and there's obviously a very, very bad thing happening out there with multiple users. So I have to fix that. But notice all the orientation is good.
Yeah.
At Mangosh, there are a couple of problems with the orientation of my head, which I'm moving around, and so that have to be fixed for
Okay,
multiple
check it
users.
with only one. Get out of here. Actually.
Yeah. Well, actually, you go there.
Get out of here. Oh man, this is sick. Look at that. So this is me only, and now it's working pretty sick. Yeah?
So as
Look at that. Sick shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
as you. All right. So
Okay,
this-
good. Do
we-
your thing.
we
It's
actually-
amazing. I'm really impressed.
We actually had this in 2000 and I don't know when Kinect 1 came out.
Yeah, but that's Kinect 2, bro. That's the real deal.
Anywho, I say that too much often. Here's how it's working. First of all, we have this thing called join transform, and there is decompose with a reason which I experienced, and I don't know why, but I will not want to explain because it's like a very, very shady bug, which I don't know where it's originating from. Anywho, which is actually getting the skeleton, the rotation, orientation, nothing special going on, except the leaf bones. The leaf bones on the Kinect is not. Oh, actually, I will just turn this off. So the leaf bones on the Kinect does not get Kinect 2 does not get. Is it me? Yes, it's me. Sorry, I'm not that exciting as Evvvvil. So, and the leaf bones in Kinect 2 actually do not get a joint orientation like that, because well, probably they are leaf bones. So sorry. I've developed a little module here which uses just the same stuff as the previous workshop, as you might remember, if someone's watching, and here it's kind of calculating or kind of guess. Well, of course, it's guessing what the orientation would be for the leaf bones as well, including the head. Now, notice for the head, I'm using as well here the face node, which in theory should give me back my head rotation. Now look at this. This is actually pretty impressive. You have the head rotation inside.
Sure.
Inside the thing. Now you have that thing.
No, sorry, bro.
It prefers you over me. I don't know why.
I know why, but anyway. It's no obvious.
And also so it will give us a proper transform instead of just the positions and orientations, and then but this is just a manually coded like a connection where the bone going from and where the bone going to, like what we had in Kinect 1 but ceased to exist in Kinect 2. Here's a little inverse matrix multiplication going on. It's just kind of behaving like a subtract, but it's not. It might not be the best term for it. And here we have a human skeleton hierarchy, which you might be interested as well, Mangosh.
I am interested, man. I'm just hovering around, you know, looking out the window, checking what's happening.
Actually, this one is a stripped down version of the thing which comes in add-on pack. Have you imagined that? Comes with add-on pack.
I have not seen this.
And it is actually, does it say who developed this? No, it's just Vvvvil group. Actually, but also it comes with some predefined transforms. Are you in? Yeah, a second. So it predefined transforms, which actually made my life pretty hard. This is like the third iteration. The third iteration how I solved it, how I made it into the skeleton, or skeleton B-Plane, what we have. And notice here, all the joints. If I want to select join, all the joints are just have a unit transform. So it will be just a single dot here, and after that, this is what actually the move around, and you see this is like a locked position. See, it is like a normalized position of view. It will always stay. It will always stay straight. And then if I apply the transformation of the spine base, which is actually it can be accounted as the root node of the Kinect skeleton hierarchy, then I will get the actual proper aligned skeleton you can work with pretty well. Now, I promised I was a little bit too naive, and I'm really sorry about that. I promised that this workshop we will skin characters with Kinect. Unfortunately, this will happen because I have to let you down, guys. I'm so sorry about that. But
what, let down? What, let down? I told you it was going to be shit.
But
did you see my part was much better? I didn't let you down. He's letting you. I'm not letting you. Nah, I'm joking. He's already shown some amazing shit. Why can't you do the final bit? We haven't got a model which has the same bone structure as this, isn't it?
Indeed.
And has the same bone orientation as the one. And you need to tinker with it.
I've spent like 5 hours to conform or remap the transformations of the Kinect skeleton to another model, which had like a completely different set of mind in setting up and a completely different interpretation of the anatomical structure of the human bones. So they had different bones signed with different orientation, and you have to take into account that when you want to remap your Kinect skeleton to another skeleton, which
Here's the thing. To put it in dumb terms, basically, you need to rig your model as this is logical. I know I'm not exactly fucking
as close as
but
to this one.
You need to make your model rig exactly the same as a Kinect rig, and that's it's not impossible, but it's not easy. You know what I mean?
It can be more complicated. I mean, you can add up more detailed things. You can add up 5 fingers and all sorts of things. But you can like do an extrapolation through.
What we're saying is,
joints.
as you can see, this works in theory as with just cubes and stuff. If we had a model which was rigged exactly to follow the exact same bone structure as we explained at the beginning of the workshop and middle and end, actually, that's it. It works. It just needs to have this correct, not just amount of bones, but structure, hierarchy, and probably orientation as well.
Yeah, there's a guide on MSDN how you
Exactly.
can
I didn't think any of this shit was possible. I thought he was just going to show some Care Bears on the screen or some shit.
what cattle bells?
Care Bears.
Care Bears.
You know, bisounours in French.
Okay,
There's these characters from the 90s fucking shitty
okay.
Disney TV and stuff. I thought you were just going to show this and pretend that it's like Skim, the rigged model. But I realized he was actually fucking serious. We're going to do this, you know, for another workshop. I'm gonna
I don't
because
think
he doesn't really do much 3D modeling. I do, so I'll do the 3D modeling. We'll find a way to try and get a model that is
if
rigged
we
the
find
right
a way, if we find a way, it will definitely be included in either MSR or MCR pack or one of your releases.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or it will be our first Micro Devil. This is Micro Devil, by the way, guys. This is Micro D and Evil. So Micro Devil. This
I don't
is.
know if you have this.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, it will.
Anyway.
Yeah. Is that?
Yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty wicked, and in theory it works if you have a model. Look, mate.
And
to be fair, like there's some pretty talented 3D modeler out there that are watching or maybe watching in the future.
Maybe launching because we already lost 2 users as well.
Well, we're losing people, but you know, fair enough. People gotta do shit. It's Saturday night as well. People gotta get stoned and high and get drunk or whatever. And I appreciate that. Fair enough. Thanks for staying with us. But our point being, if you can rig a skeleton that follows this pattern of bones, which, as you say, is explained on MSDN as well on how you can actually do this. We're not the first people to try and do this. But I'd be interested. And so this woman, what's happening? Have you tried with this? But it's not. It's a bit off, basically.
The thing is, with this woman, okay, there are a couple of problems. I will show you the problem with the droid girl, and I will show you the problem with this girl.
Go away. Go ahead.
It's
Go
girl
ahead.
power, isn't it? So where is? Let me do this.
Bottle's nearly finished, guys. Fucking hell.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you do want some? Yeah, I've drank most of it, to be honest.
Oh, I still have some.
It's still. Oh god. Can't trust the Hungarians with drinking, mate. What a shame. What a shame.
Cheers, mate. Well, the thing is, I haven't slept tonight.
He
so-
hasn't slept, by the way, and so yeah, it's like day 7 for his blind.
No, not day 7. Oh, what did I say? Day 7? don't know.
Sol 5 or whatever it is.
Anywho, so remember we have to set the root file, which we can have a look at here. So this, let's have that as the droid girl. Actually, you can set any of those. So you can set any of these as the root of your skeleton.
Yeah,
and
so-
it will interpret it as a different skeleton. So you can actually store multiple skeletons.
Yeah, and in fact, sorry, to go back to what I was saying about the root bone, how much you need it and stuff. I think if you give it the name of the null object that contains all the bones, if you put all your bones and your skin model in a null object in Cinema 4D, I think you can give V4 as a root name the name of the null object and it will still work. So yeah.
So this is a giant droid girl.
Well, she's pretty fucking massive, isn't she?
And we have to scale that down. I won't really demonstrate what is wrong. We want to demonstrate the thing what is wrong with it in practice, because that would take me actually hours to do that.
No, it's cool, man. Just show them where we're at and how it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, bro. We will do it.
Just
Trust me, man. I'll do the modeling. He's gonna do the clever shit. You know what I mean? I'll just be the modeling monkey in this deal.
so as you can see, if I compare it to the Kinect one, which I will do in a moment, Kinect 2, and then duplicate this. Ooh, okay, it's way smoother than I used to. And so here is our Kinect skeleton, and here's a droid girl. this wouldn't be a problem that she has more spines. That's all right. That would be we would just interpolate between the between the what you call it, center spines. But however, notice that on the droid girl there is a separate chest, and under that chest it's very, very inconveniently. Oh, I hate this. I have to reset it. Sorry. So behind the chest there is a spine, which is actually her neck. So again, someone were pretty clever with the namings of things when he was doing it. Anywho, the chest and the spine, which can be like interpreted as the spine shoulder, and the neck is in the same place, and you have to do a little bit of hackery to overcome that. Both in rotation, both in position. You end up not using position too much. You end up using position on your node, on your root node, and then rotate all the things around accordingly. I'll actually show you here.
Mate, if we were to re-rig, devil advocate question. If we were to re-rig the droid girl to follow the Kinect skeleton, would it work in theory?
In theory, yes. That would still take a lot amount of work, I guess.
What would take a lot of work?
Well, for example, trying out the proper orientation, because I guess the thing is with what Microsoft writes is it's in left-handed coordinate system, and we are in right-handed coordinate system, and their kind of axis might map to different axes in Vvvv, and converting between the two axes is very dodgy with just simple transformations. You have to take care of that when you load the file, but you don't do that out of the box in Vvvv because you don't have such options in Asim.
Asim, bro. I'm gonna finish the bottle. I'm gonna read the comments.
Do that.
What's happening in the comments?
It's just same. It's
oh yeah, it's still the same. I thought there might have been a
but yeah, we are I don't know. I haven't done acupuncture yet. However,
I heard it's a lot of bullshit, man. To be honest,
it's bullshit.
I can't imagine it'd be an exact science, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah, there's lots of crap like
but anyway, so this is pretty sick, man. So in theory, if we can get a model that is rigged the same way as a Kinect, and we have some hours to tinker with the orientation.
Yeah,
what he means by that is that you're gonna get scenarios depending on the 3D package, and that's the problem. There's no blueprint. We don't really know, right? For example, if I use Cinema 4D, actually whatever they say in the documentation, it doesn't really matter. It's whatever V4 actually interprets it as, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And there's no other way to do this but actually try it, and then try it again, and then try it again, and then try it again. What I'm saying is, even if you actually go now and rig a model exactly following the Kinect, you're still gonna have to tinker with maybe flipping your rotation X and Y axis, well, X and Z or whatever.
Yeah, it's not.
And inverting the Y, and then what? If that doesn't work, we'll try another setting, and that's the only way to do it, isn't it?
Really? Yeah, it's not Unity which finds this kind of thing out for you. Maybe there's a way to do that, but that's a thing of the future. Actually, I have a way better demonstration on this than the booty shaker. The actual leap motion demo, leap motion hands.
Please do show that, and show the booty shaker though, bro. I mean, most people are here for the booty shaker now. I would have thought they stayed. Trust me, mate. You see the booty shaker, you will be blown away. Shit is so funny. Shit is so funny, man.
We are teasing it very evil.
Yeah, we are. And okay, so have you got it? Yeah. Show the hand thing. That hand thing is pretty sick, by the way. Not pretty sick. It's just about the best hand simulation thing I've seen. It's better than the one they did in Unity, I think.
Well, they are the same. They are the same models. I mean, I'll just read them off. Read them off. I was going with your method.
I'll go for it. I just spilled some wine, but it's all good. I didn't spill anything on your shit or Gareth's shit.
Did I? Oh no, I didn't include it. Do you have leap motion drivers on this computer?
I don't think I have. I haven't used the leap motion on this yet.
Okay, sorry guys, we're not that prepared.
Oh, do the booty shaker.
Yeah, I will just do that, and we will end.
What you mean? We can install the leap motion in like 2 minutes, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
I think to be fair, to stick to the subject, they both apply to the subject.
Yeah.
Both the booty shaker and the hand leap motion thing.
It's better to just.
But booty shaker is funny as fuck.
Let us see.
Can you get the image back though? Because they have to see the 3D mouse movement.
What?
Can you get the image back of the webcam or whatever?
Why?
Because they have to see how you're.
Oh yes, yes, indeed. We will.
Otherwise, it's like doesn't make so much sense.
We will get. Oh yes, it will just look like a.
Booty shaker demo, bro. Be ready for it. This shit's gonna be sick.
What would you expect? I guess from the edited version, all this thing would be cut out, and we would just jump over to the thing. But I have to fill in things because I'm browsing through files because of reality.
That's cool, man. We'll edit that shit out after, whatever, if you have to.
If I didn't tinker with it, I don't know if I tinkered with it. If it turns out that if I tinkered with it, then sorry guys for teasing.
What? Because you reckon you fucked up the booty shaker?
Yeah, but to base a project on it and then save it over or something.
Don't do that, man. The booty shaker's too good, man. It's too funny.
I actually think it might be the thing.
Man, I'm gonna. So what? They're seeing this screen, yeah?
Yes, they're seeing that screen.
Let me just get back to the real stuff.
So we continue. We're
loading the booty shakers on the USB key, guys. So meanwhile, I'm gonna.
We're operating with kind of low-level humor here.
This is interesting, actually. Look at that. Gives it a bit of rage and stuff. It's pretty good.
Nice. Also read back. And I will show you the patch of that hand, of the skinned hand.
Yeah.
And,
load it up on the key, man. We can install the.
Just
we
guys,
can install the leap motion. It won't take a minute.
Yeah. So there's a little technical break. I might even. Do you want to see people work on this masterpiece?
Yeah, I am. Well, I thought I might as well fill in the screen with some bullshit while you're getting your shit ready. Sorry, mate. We're all waiting for you.
We can fill it with the looping video.
More fun to watch a dig being built, to be honest, I would have thought. Well, let's see what our audience is saying, actually.
So I'm currently searching for the leap motion drivers. I found it amazing. And yeah, Explorer.
Pretty good.
Explorer is getting very
I might just pull these blockers.
naughty. Oh, there you go. My mate.
I don't know, I'm not happy with the bowls, to be honest. But hey, what can you do? Put some more, I suppose, displacement.
Actually, we gained watchers.
Nice, there you go. People are up for the booty shaker, bro. I told you. Show them your shit.
They are getting teased.
Some noise.
I don't know anything about the Twitch teasing community, about the Twitch streaming community. What kind of thing they usually stream? I mean, okay, games and people are super enthusiastic about games, like we were super enthusiastic about a bunch of boxes lining up to a body with Kinect.
Yeah, right. Fucking right, man. Fuck them anyway. Who gives a shit what they think?
But yeah, I don't know anything about the etiquette of what you can stream here or what you cannot. This
the displacement on the board.
If this workshop will actually hit any kind of threshold, we will go back to YouTube. And the German colleagues have to watch through traditional Chinese methods like proxies or VPNs, I'm afraid.
We need a bit more. See, I'm not happy with the boards, man. It's just too generic looking. You know what I'm saying? They need to be droop. I need more time. Make it droop and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And plus, they're not high enough. Plus, they shouldn't be those types of spare. They should be like something more interesting. Like to header on, more segments, a bit more displacement. Just
actually, they start to look like these
not good.
Peanut chocolate balls.
It's no good, bro. It's no good. I've lost my mojo. I think I'm pissed, to be honest. Just simple noise, global scale, maybe a bit more.
All right.
That's better. Hang on, you're getting somewhere.
I think files are installed, so.
Okay, go. Let's show them. People are waiting, bro. What do you think? I'm just filling up shit now. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to start doing like crazy shit, like go like tribal and stuff, and go like fuck.
What's Atenal?
Oh wait, hang on. Tell them about that. Come on, plug your shit in. While I do my football propaganda.
Oh no, come on.
Yeah, fuck Tottenham Hotspurs and all the fucking English team. This is the best one.
We are getting to the low threshold.
I'm telling you. And now shit happens. I talk about football, shit happens. Wicked, okay. So go on. What am I looking at?
So actually, give me. Actually, we just creating a new genre of streaming, of internet streaming. It is a workshop disguised trash streaming. The whole point of this workshop, this instance, is actually.
I'm hungry, bro. You gotta buy me dinner after this. You know that.
Oh yes, I will buy you so much dinner.
Yeah, he will. Oh yes, he will.
Where is it?
Shit, man, we finished the bowl. Do you need more?
Oh, I have my mug.
You lose, bro. I bet it's not finished yet. See, I'll have it.
Oh man, it's not finished yet.
Ah, lame! Too late, bro.
Right, we can still cheer. Come on!
Cheers!
Cheers, everybody! You're still with us. Actually,
finish the bottle, bro. I told you about this shit.
Actually, they cannot see us. I will start it first.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Show them the booty shaker. What's the time, man?
It is 7:30. Oh my god! And this workshop.
Booty shaker.
Yeah, indeed. That's.
Yeah.
So as you can see,
we're back on the screen, boy.
Put it here.
Let's do this. Alright, booty shaker. Are you seeing this? Can they see this? Yeah, they can see this. Can you see the nipple? Yeah.
Wait,
they can. Just put the computer a bit forward. Hang on. Like this. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about any of your ears. So
yeah, a bit forward still.
Let's not demolish stuff.
Okay, go on.
And let's hope. Fingers crossing. I didn't forget anything. But fingers crossing.
Fingers crossed. Touching wood. Touching like monkeys or whatever.
Touching wine.
Touching wine.
Oh, I haven't got any more.
You're touching the empty glass of the one.
Shit, man. Better get some booze, man. I'm gonna start shaking in a minute, bros. Da-da-da-da. Booty shaker.
I think we are getting out of control. Okay, there's oh, okay. So if we just do that, and do we actually see anything? Oh nope. Okay. If I can't fix that in the next 5 minutes, I'm calling it a day.
Oh, come on. I've seen you do amazing stuff in 5 minutes.
And
Booty shaker. Booty shaker.
we're getting out of control. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to call this away.
Is it? Well, it's not working.
It's not working. Anywho.
Can we try for 5 minutes to make it work?
I don't know. I'm not in the situation right now to fix that in front of audience. So, anywho.
Next time we'll show you the booty shaker.
In the MSH workshop, maybe, because there's all sorts of other jazz which is related to MSH as well. Yeah,
Put us back on. I want to say goodbye to people.
We are back on.
Are we still on? People can see my handsome face.
Yes. Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So that
It's
was
been emotional. It was nice. It was sweaty and fun.
Oh yeah, it got a little bit out of control at the end.
Which is great because we drank a whole bottle of wine, so it was always gonna be. Yeah, love you guys. Love you guys.
So, in conclusion, what we had on this workshop is you most probably learned how to export vvvvx files, how to mangle around with its data in it.
Yeah.
And then we learned how to deal with the bones in vvvv, and how to deal with animation.
Yeah.
I know there were all sorts of chaotic things happening with the Kinect as well.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just complete blackout.
After that, we apologise to people who stayed watching with us for the last I'd say the last 30 minutes are a complete fucking write-off from your life.
Oh, well, actually, see ya. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for watching, guys. I really watched nearby 4 hours of hardcore nerdy stuff. Now, thanks for this really great performance. There were awesome weird moments. Now I need some joints and beats.
Yeah, sounds good. Me too, bro. Me too. I'm gonna get fucking stoned now.
Yeah, indeed.
And get drunk and stuff. And it was great having you guys. And anything, let us know in it. Let us know on whatever forum, Shoutbox, Facebook, Mangosh Prunier on Facebook, David Moraz on Facebook. Let us know if there's anything that's not clear. We're gonna release the files. We just need to get our shit together.
Vertex count.
Vertex
Moment.
Oh yeah, man. Too good.
Indeed.
Too good. It's been good. It's been good having you guys. Wicked. Thank you very much. Let's wrap this shit up and let us know. We'll put the files up. If anything is not clear, start a forum thread. Get on the forum and all this shit, whatever. We're here.
Yeah, I will try to push the things to GitHub, which my modules
and he's buying me dinner. That's all that matters now. And I'm gonna rinse his fucking wallet and shit. The man is gonna be good. Alright, let's go. Let's do it.
Alright.
See you later, wicked. Bye.
See you later, guys.
Whoa.
Bye bye.
Yeah,
And I will put back the intro.
The intro,
the outro.
Look at that.
Goodbye,
Can you play
guys.
it and stuff? Can you actually play that?
It is actually playing. It's character skinning. I will turn on microphones now.
Alright, see you later, bro.
See you later,
see you later,
guys.
girls and bros and ladies and gentlemen.
And I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
bye
peace.
Bye. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
okay, actually, I didn't press the mute button.